you just sitting there with your drink.
Yeah,
could have been playing something like you've been doing the last few weeks, but no.
Ain't nothing to play. When we played the Chris Brown.
No, the last one was Quavo, but nobody's talking about
Nobody
it.
cared.
Even though he threw Takeoff on the song, it just wasn't. It didn't hit.
Yeah, it's not hitting at all when we're making posthumous features.
Sure,
AI features. Nobody's fucking with the AI features.
Yeah, it's a little
weird with it, including Tupac's estate.
Oh yeah,
it's owned by white people apparently. What happened to his mother? Oh wait, no, his mother passed.
Yeah,
but he don't have no other family.
I feel like no, not brother. Somebody passed as well besides his mom. Felix with the quick one. Felix is already in the chat. So is Mr. YouTube. Wait, no, it was Mr. Tube U92 before. Now it's Mr. YouTube 92.
What up? What up? What up?
He definitely changed that. I'm attentive. I'll be watching. I'll be paying attention. Tupac has brother and sister, but one of them passed, I thought.
How did the white folks get their hands on his estate? What happened there?
Tupac got a sister and a nephew. Okay. So then did the brother pass and now there's the nephew taking over part of it?
Who are these folks?
I don't know.
Who are the owners of his estate?
I don't know.
Let's look them up. Who are they?
Whoever it is, they made a good move by telling Drake, nah, cut that shit out.
It was more of a flex than it was an actual.
It was definitely a flex.
Like, I mean, he barely wanted to put that shit on streaming services as it is.
He didn't even get to put it on streaming service, I thought.
It was up. He had to take it down.
I thought it was just on the internet in general.
No, it was up for a minute.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
But so now 2 out of the 3 responses to Kendrick Lamar are no longer available to listen to on DSP. So
and yet people still have Drake 2-0.
What's the 2? One of them is down. One of them, he was late putting it up, and then he had to take it down early.
One of them is down, and then the other one is Like That versus Push-Ups.
You know,
you telling me Push-Ups is better than Like That?
I think it's very interesting what has happened, what has transpired in hip hop media since Kendrick is gone, 0 Dark 30.
Yes.
And boy, I want you, Nick, when he come outside, when he drops, and all of you want the access to Kendrick, when y'all all want to go get up under there and twist and crank and give a Gawk 3000 so you can have an interview for the new album or for the tour or what have you. I hope y'all keep this same energy.
Agreed.
I hope y'all keep this same energy. Ebro, Fat Joe,
Maul,
like all of these fucking OVO minions.
Ack is going to be in.
Well,
Drake's
but we've already
known
known what Ack was going to be, and in that, at least Ack is honest about his bias.
It has been consistent,
right? A lot of you niggas is playing buddy and trying to make sure your albums don't get jammed up, listening to massa
or your podcast,
and you playing it off like rap knowledge, like. So none of y'all had anything to say to tell this nigga to come outside when it was time to respond to Like That. But now that there's been a couple responses to Like That, the immediate right now, oh, the boogeyman persona is gone. Oh, he's not ever going to respond. So Kendrick Lamar is never going to make music again. He's never going to make music again.
So stupid.
Like ever again. He's retired now. Drake bodied him. He retired Kendrick Lamar.
2 weeks ago, we were saying the bars weren't even that good. So how's he bodying?
Yeah, right. Like I'm trying to fucking pull niggas along for the fucking verse. Not to mention that even to this day, multiple diss tracks later, trolling aside and pieced it up with fucking Rick Ross, who he never responded to, by the way. While we're listing off people who weren't responded to, I still haven't heard a response to Ye. Still haven't heard a response to Ross. Why do we get to pick and choose who needs to speak and when? That's what lets me know you a shield. But anyways, damn, I lost it. Where was I
at? Where were you at?
I don't know.
I had something I was going to say, and now your stumble has come over
that way. Yeah, man, it's just a lot of nonsense going on with folks saying certain things and saying a lot of stuff that y'all gonna have to stand on, man. Y'all gonna have to stand on these takes. Because when he come back out, who thinks that he's going to release music into the world and the first thing that he talks about is not going to be this?
Especially with the Heart Part 6 coming.
Who believes that?
I know what I was gonna say. I just said that Maul's doing this for podcast views, and I'm just like, we're totally on Kendrick's side, and we've been consistent with it, but we're also a little bit doing it for podcast views as well.
I'm just telling you that it seems like certain people have other motives than just honest opinions.
Yeah, no, I think we've been very honest and unbiased,
because you're simply saying things about one side that you're not saying about the other.
Somewhat unbiased.
If you're gonna call Kendrick to the table and make him respond, then Drake still got some work to do.
Yeah,
he still has work to do. He's not done. Like the Compton Community College shirt was cute, I guess. It's cute that you made the effort. You took the time to go buy that shirt. Because no, you didn't just have it. That you took the time to go buy that fucking shirt, to post it online, to let everybody know that you still think about Kendrick Lamar.
Facts.
Oh, I knew what I was gonna say. To this day, 2 diss tracks later, right? All this trolling shit aside, piece it up with Rick Ross, so I don't have to actually respond to him on track, right? And like that, is still has a chokehold on everything.
It's got more streams than everything Drake has put out.
Like Push-Ups is still available to play on. Fam, I heard that remix on the radio last night. I haven't heard Push-Ups on the radio.
Damn.
I haven't heard Push-Ups on the radio.
Damn.
The AI joint might have made it on there just because of the shock value, but gotta pull it down.
Yeah.
Gotta whooping.
Also, like that might be the one thing preventing Taylor Swift from completely owning the top 10 by herself.
Man, because so much for the jokes about Taylor Swift controlling his drop, because he got a chokehold on the top 10 and she can't get outside.
Well, she does have 9 out of the top 10 though. That's pretty impressive.
I'm just saying.
But no, still crazy.
Just saying.
One last thing that I heard, at least, that I thought was kind of interesting before we get into Homegirl. There was a TikTok that I think was also on Twitter, and it was talking about the intro to Push-Ups that has the Who Kid intro. And it was like, oh, is Drake going to do a 50 and make a mixtape with Who Kid? But then they said the bodyguard like Whitney line and said that he might be insinuating that one of the kids is not his, therefore Who Kid?
Fam, we don't have time.
I was like,
I don't have time. First of all,
if he was that strategic,
first of all,
that would be a banger.
I think that's a reach.
It might be. It's probably a reach.
It's a reach.
It's probably a reach.
I think it was much plainer because we're not. We're not.
You have to have the proof.
Yeah, we're not accustomed to that from this person. Not that multi-layered. And then secondly, you're right. You would have to stamp that. I would need to hear that out of his mouth. Like that's exactly what
you would have to have the proof.
Like stamp that. No. Only thing he has to do, the ground is laid. We got the circumstantial evidence. Mm-hmm. All he has to do is claim it. I don't think he ever will.
That too.
I don't think he ever will.
But then that would be way more damning.
I think the intent was to invoke his wife's name the same way he did to Pusha T.
Sure.
Because that is the that is the skill set that we're dealing with lyrically.
Sure. Anyway, shout out to Glittery Bubbles, Mr. YouTube 92.
What up, Glittery Felix. Bubbles? Long time no see.
Yeah, she hasn't been in the comments for a little bit, but she's here now, so that's all that matters.
Sure.
All right, let's talk about My Brother and Me / Insecure, Amanda Seales.
How did I forget that she was on My Brother and Me?
I only remembered because I just saw a picture of all of them.
Yeah, she don't even look like her. I don't think she looks. She doesn't look today what she look. It sounds weird to say that because of course she doesn't, but she definitely doesn't look today like she came from that kid. She just looked different to me. I don't know.
Sure, but yes, My Brother and Me alumni / Insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she had a podcast or something, and then she's
on a lot of stuff.
Just generally annoying personality.
She was very happy about her time on the show with Jeff Foxworthy and some other, white folks down on NBC. She was very happy about that.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Because Jeff Foxworthy stuck up for her when she just said that she didn't want to pretend and drink. Fam, this interview, there was so many shades of Cat Williams in this interview, and I felt like I knew how it was going to play, but I still wanted her to get down to the insecure of it all. That's what I was here for.
Sure.
We got so much more than that, but that's what I showed up for.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that the insecure part probably frustrated me the most,
as it should have.
but the I guess the irony of it all is that she comes out net neutral because of the host, because of the host.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, man, I get it. Like, but the whole setup is supposed to be casual conversation. We in front of this fucking fireplace. You got this nice ass setup, this leather furniture.
We're
We drinking
drinking.
cognac. Like, we're supposed to be laid back having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But like, no, you're literally not. You're posting this for consumption. These people are ranting and rambling on, and they're setting the table for you. And the only thing you got in response for them is, that's what she did. Oh my God. That's so petty. Why does she do that?
Well,
But
you know, the Cat Williams interview is the most viewed interview on YouTube. So I think
sure it is.
I think he's smelling himself a little bit, and I think he knows, oh, there's a formula to this.
But
However, it kind of ruined
no,
this interview.
fam, it's so fleeting. You don't get I don't know. I won't tell him what he gets. Right? He's been on TV for a long time.
Sure.
But this isn't TV. What we doing here right now is not television.
Agreed.
Right? The dependability of the numbers is not what it is on television, on cable. Right? This is not FS1. There is a guaranteed amount of eyeballs that is going to be available to FS1 every day in perpetuity as long as they're on the network.
You
right?
know what?
Unless they start losing market share. It doesn't work like that on YouTube. It's much more static.
I would even argue that as a viewer, at least for FS1 and some of the other sports shows that he's been on, I am watching for Shannon Sharp.
Mhm.
Whereas with this, I'm kind of watching for Cat Williams. I am watching for Monique.
For
I'm
the
watching
people that you're bringing on. Sure.
Yeah. So like, dial it down a little bit.
I think he would benefit a little bit from. I don't know if he needs somebody else there to balance it out. So like he can play the polite host that's just kind of there for the conversation. And then somebody else can like ask the hard-hitting questions, can question a narrative, can like reposition, play devil's advocate, offer a different point of view at some point that challenges what it is the person is saying. But far too often with his interviews, he's giving people the full runway to say whatever and just taking it as face value.
Yeah.
And then it comes through that way on the video. And then the people watching it do the same thing. Like he's kind of ushering them to the answer without being critical of what's being said in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Shannon Sharp is really good at some things, but he's really bad at some things as an interviewer as well.
Mm.
And because of that, like you said, I think he does probably need maybe some sort of other person or something to kind of help him out with that, because it just comes through in cases like this. It kind of ruins the interview a little.
And it was like I wanted him to like go ahead and get after her on some of this stuff that she's saying, but the only time he wanted to speak up was to defend the racist teacher. I was like, Shannon, come on, man. Come on, dog. She didn't say about 20 things that didn't sound right to me, or that at least warranted questioning.
Yes.
And he yucking around. But when it got down to that
The
damn
teacher was not the
you
thing.
mind that white woman. If she doesn't want to be corrected in front of the rest of these black children, you sit there and be quiet, mulatto baby. And I was like, yo, Shannon, why is that the time that you choose to push back?
The wrong time.
The worst time. It was like, like I said, ended up making her look better.
Yeah.
But then it's like, set Shannon Sharp aside for a second now that we've addressed him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was definitely out there. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime girl.
He can do that from time to time.
Stepping. The autism diagnosis, like that one really stuck out to me. like, girl, listen to me. I think we've already entered into a place where people have largely trivialized mental health. We went through a era where it was like an awakening. People were getting more information than they ever had on their mental status. People were assessing themselves where they were never doing that in the past. And so it was like an information boom. And with that, people take a hold of it. They monetize it. They try to find a way to, victimize other people based off of what they're exhibiting or how they feed into it, right? They're longing for it, how I can try to galvanize that crowd. And it ends up being something trivial. It ends up being something that's just part of social media that you talk about, like my mental health. We cannot get into a place where you can tell yourself that you are on the spectrum, right? Like outside of any professional diagnosis, you can't do that. You can't do that. And furthermore, for the people who do like Amanda, who are fans of Amanda, that like her intelligence, first and foremost, you can't be a truth-telling intellectual and diagnose yourself with a mental disorder. Absolutely not. What are we talking about? And I hear, a lot of people saying, oh, she didn't mean to say that she diagnosed herself, or she wasn't trying to say that. What I heard her say in real time is that I have been recently diagnosed with something of another on the spectrum disorder or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the term was that she called it, but a form. Oh, she said it used to be Asperger's, but Asperger was a Nazi apparently. So they're not calling it that no more. It's another name for it.
I didn't know that, but I haven't heard that term. So,
but you and I've worked with people with Asperger's. I've met people with Asperger's. I have some with Asperger's in my family, but like, you don't just wake up one day and be like, let me WebMD myself real quick and come up with an autism diagnosis. You can't do that. You can't do that, and then you can't do that. And then also be seen as this responsible, intelligent truth teller. That's horseshit. That's trash. And that was my main point with all this stuff with the insecure stuff with Issa Rae. Fam, you gotta kind of give this some time to play out. You've only heard her. You've only heard Amanda Seales.
Yeah.
Right. And even her describing the situation sounded like, okay, boom, I show up at the party. Jesse Williams invited me, right? I get up there, go to the list, give them my name. They said I'm not invited, said I can't come in, right? So immediately, right then, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm asking what the fuck is going on.
Okay, after you get your answer on why you can't come in or whatever, somebody run off. She keeps saying somebody run off to ask and get the answer or whatever. What are you doing?
Leaving.
Oh no, that's not what I would say.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. Y'all don't want me. I'm getting the fuck up out of here.
I would call the person who invited me.
Sure.
Like at this point, I'm meeting resistance to get in. Somebody asked me to come here. Somebody notable. Somebody with a name. Somebody with some cachet. I'm calling the person who invited me.
I'm going back home and watching Netflix.
All right, bet. I can't. All right, cool. Hold on. I'm about to make something happen. I'm about to make something shake real fast. I'm about to make him walk up. She slid away from why she ain't called Jesse Williams so fucking quick, like as if there's something deeper and darker around Jesse Williams that we just not looking at. I don't even know what the hell that was. Shannon Sharp said, "Well, why you ain't called Jesse?" She said, "I think I did. I mean, I think I text him. But
right,
anyway,
while he's at a party that he's hosting,
it just went right back to, hold on, woman, who asked you to come here? Jesse Williams. Who did you think to talk to when you pulled up and met this opposition on the first time? I guess not Jesse Williams, right? So boom, she's walking away. Somebody said, "Oh no, where you going, Amanda? Ooh, come back." Listen, I get that. I feel that energy. It's real collegey. I understand. You done found somebody walking out like, "No, we about to come back in. Come back with us." Da, 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 da. They literally told you to leave, that you're not allowed in. And I don't think coming with another patron was going to get you in if Jesse Williams, who's already in the party, who invited you, wasn't going to get you in.
Yeah.
Why are you able to walk in with somebody you randomly pass coming in and out, but you're not able to call Jesse Williams to let you into the fucking party? So let me hop off Jesse Williams here for a second. Maybe Jesse Williams was indisposed and she ain't trying to, let him know what he was doing. Cool. Boom. Jesse Williams was busy. So a second person said, oh, no. I'm big time. No. You're getting in this party. Now, you've already been turned away twice. Initially by yourself and again with another person. But this, no, man, he been in Hollywood for years. Everybody know him, man. He loved me. You know what I'm saying? That's when she got off on her story about the Jeff Foxworthy shit, which I thought was another shot to Issa Rae. Because, like, she kept bringing up Insecure when it wasn't required for her, when she wasn't being asked about Insecure.
Yeah.
She's like, and this has nothing to do with Insecure, by the way. But I loved my time on that NBC show with Jeff Foxworthy because he stood up for me. He stood up for me when they said that we had to drink and I had to pretend to drink because I don't drink, even though she's an actor. I just didn't like having to pretend to drink and I don't drink. And Jeff Foxworthy stood up for me and said, yeah, I don't want to do it either. He stood up for me.
Wow.
I guess that's what she expected from Issa Rae. And that's why I guess Issa Rae is not as down for black people as we thought.
Not Issa Rae, not Miss. I'm rooting for everybody as black.
Back to the Black Emmy story or the Black Emmy party, right?
Not the one who started a lot of black careers with her show Insecure.
So for the third time, we're coming back to the same people who have already told us to leave twice with another individual trying to politic our way in. Now we're not politicking anymore. I'm literally deboing my way inside the fucking party. I done ripped my way past the lady who told me I couldn't come. And I guess I'm just gonna chill because fuck they gonna do to me. Now listen. Take Amanda Seales' name off of it.
Yes.
And you just saw this individual acting like this in the valley, in down in Arena, down on High Street somewhere. What's about to happen to them?
If I'm taking Amanda Seales out of it, I'd like to replace it with Tiffany Haddish. That feels like
feels
like a Tiffany Haddish.
We don't have to put any famous people's name on it.
Does that not feel like a Tiffany Haddish
let's
thing?
Let's just say that this is just a random black woman while we out kicking it, and when we just watched all of this transpire.
She is likely getting dragged the fuck out. 3
times she done came in here, and now she done shoved her arm off of somebody and just forced her way in physically.
Yeah, there's probably a scene about to happen.
Yeah, it's about to be a fucking scene, right? So at what point, and of course there was an altercation, they went back and forth. She said she pivoted and made it seem like she was about to hit them. I don't know if Amanda Seales is an ex-hooper or something, and her jab step is just so fucking crazy. She make you think like she about to hit niggas or something. She said her jab step is fucking crazy. Them niggas thought I was about to hit them. So they assaulted me.
That's crazy.
But no, of course, no charges were.
You know she was about to pass or shoot.
No charges were pressed on that assault. By the way, wasn't a thing. Why? If you saw that while you was out, would you sympathize with that person? With what was about to happen next? Would you? Would you sympathize with that person?
With what's about to happen next?
Yeah. Whether that was somebody inside of the club dealing with them or the security, but something is going to happen. On what planet do you physically enter a space?
If I saw the entire thing happen, no.
On what planet do you physically enter a space that you've been asked 3 times not to enter and just chill, like no one's gonna do or say anything about it?
If I saw that entire thing transpire, I'd probably think that person's fucking nuts.
I'm gonna just be honest, man. That sounds like a person who is allergic to responsibility.
Sure.
Who walks through life saying that they know better, that they do better, that since they are smart, that they are able to do what others are not able to do. They are held to a standard that they don't hold. They hold others to a standard that they don't hold themselves to. She will not hold herself accountable for anything. At no point did she say, I was wrong for shoving Shorty off. And You know what? I probably, after the third time, I probably should have just went home. Like, I probably shouldn't even have did nothing. But, you know, I went anyways, and I knew what I was getting myself into. None of that. Like, not even a bit of that. Not the slightest bit of it.
No reasoning whatsoever.
Like, I understand if she feels like she was aggrieved or Issa could have done more, but nothing in this situation has to do with you. Like, none? Zero?
No,
that sounds like a very narcissistic
no
person. Yeah, like I am not at all at fault for any of this. It is the entire apparatus around me that is
Jesse
the problem.
Williams, it is Issa Rae, it's the security.
Anything that I bump into is the problem. It's not me.
Yeah,
it can't be me because she even said it. I'm great. She kept saying that shit over and over again. Now, let's not forget Myron Roll.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, I believe his name was Michael Scott. He was on Death Row. And she was on her live talking about, well, yeah, this man keep getting caught up with white women. So, I don't know. It sounds like that's his problem to me. Like, so like, now I'm putting all this shit together. And then, of course, Shannon fumbles.
Yes.
Right? And I'm just like, now that's who we siding with over Issa Rae?
I'm rooting for everyone black. That's the one you have.
And I'm not even saying I'm not rooting for Shorty no more. I'm just saying like she's got some stank in her past. A lot more stank than, oh, well, I was arguing with your publicist about some stuff that we don't even really know what it is, because apparently when she told you she didn't like you, you hung up the phone and said you weren't interested in knowing. So you were so pressed to get into this fucking party, but you want no parts of why you couldn't get into this party. So pressed that you physically entered the space that they asked you to be in 3 times, but you didn't want to know.
Never asked why.
No, because she just hung up on her. She agreed to talk to her, and once the girl said that she didn't like her, she hung up the phone. Because, yeah, go girl. See, y'all just don't understand Amanda. Y'all don't get her. Y'all just don't understand her. She's a no-nonsense type of person. She's hyper-intelligent. She has no time for nonsense.
So, Glittery Bubbles asked in the chat just now, is it possible for a person on the spectrum to be narcissistic? Like, is it the lack of accountability? If is that a symptom of her potential mental disorder?
I have no clue, but here's the thing, because I won't make a determination. I'm not a doctor. What I will say about that though is Amanda is intelligent enough to know what the symptoms of autism are.
Yes.
Especially if she's confident enough to say that she's been diagnosed with it on a national platform like Club Shay Shay. If she's confident enough to say that she has autism, being as intelligent as she is, she knows something about autism. So is it possible that some of the behaviors she's exhibiting are of a person who's on the spectrum? Sure. I mean, the hell if I know. Is it also possible that she's smart enough to know what the systems are, or what the symptoms are, and just conveniently line that up with whatever character flaws she already has and exist within her before this whole thing of autism showed up? I think it's equally as likely. I'm not saying that I have any evidence to either one, but what I'm saying is it's probably not the most responsible thing if you have not been clinically diagnosed to tell people that you're on the spectrum. It's extremely irresponsible, borderline offensive. Because I understand everybody's not into traditional medicine, nor do you have to be. But again, you cannot just decide that you have something. You know what I'm saying? I can't just say that I passed the bar in Ohio.
I'm sure you can when it's convenient.
No, I can't just say it.
When it's convenient, sure you can. Just like your mental disorder, maybe.
I have a CDL driver's license.
Yeah.
But I don't.
When you happen to be driving a truck for whatever reason, sure, why not?
That's not how that works. There's no explanation about it. I watched your lips move, and then I heard the sounds come out, and those sounds sounded like I have recently been diagnosed. That's all I had to hear. If that was a mistake, say it was a mistake. She didn't say it was a mistake. Mm-hmm. She said y'all didn't hear it, and it was cut out, and I went back and I said this, that, and the third because I don't want to pay $10,000. I didn't realize it took $10,000 to go to the doctor and say, hey,
to get a diagnosis.
Hey, what's going on here? Like,
kind of crazy.
I didn't realize that, but I do know that medical costs in America are ridiculous. So
yes,
if she says it's $10,000 for a diagnosis, maybe it's $10,000.
Do actors have health insurance?
I don't know, but I know there's probably cheaper therapists or psychiatrists
for sure.
that maybe do this work.
For sure.
Anyways, the point is, be wary of I am the truth teller type people because they usually lie a lot.
Yeah. Especially when there's multiple sides to a story. Ignoring every single comment that Johnny has
what up, J.O.
thrown in here. Stamina MC says, I've come in halfway through the story, but I've been hearing a few scenarios in principle, and there's no party that's that popping that I'd make that much of an effort to get into. Fuck that, I'm going home.
You feel me? Like, what are we even talking about? And even before I did all of that extra trying to get in shit, I just simply would have pressed the person who invited me. And if that's not an option, then it's time to cut your losses, fam. You are in Los Angeles. There are more places to be.
Much more.
But it just sounds like, no, this is the party. I want to be seen at the party, and I will be physically violent. I will push my way in here to be seen at this event.
I need to rub shoulders with Jesse Williams.
I am Amanda Seales, and I belong here, and I deserve it.
Because I was in My Brother and Me.
I just, man, it just fell off. All of it fell off.
She needs another role until she wanted to go out there and network. That's all it is.
But and I understand she has been taking some heat, and I'm not saying that that's right that she's been, struggling to keep work or whatever the case may be. But this wasn't the way to get it back.
No, not being violent.
This wasn't the way to get it back.
People to get into a party.
See, Cat Williams can go set up a comedy tour behind his interview. I don't think that's your route right now.
I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? I think maybe painting yourself in a more advantageous light, leaning on your intelligence a little bit more, and not so much of, well, this is the problem that I had with this person. This is the problem that I had with this person. And this person tried to reconcile with me and give me a hug years later. And I looked at them up and down and probably publicly embarrassed them, because that is a great move in Hollywood to show someone up who's more popular than you in public when they're extending an olive branch, whether you truly care about that person or not, in public, in front of people.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm Amanda Seales, even if I don't like Marsha Ambrosius, I'm probably not Heismaning her ass when she tries to give me a hug. But somehow, in Amanda's mind, she's completely within her rights, and it doesn't make any sense to do anything other than that.
I'm not Heismaning her, considering I was the replacement in Floetry.
And again, what is it behind? Well, she was supposed to do this for me, and she didn't. So she's a bad person.
Yikes.
Again, one side of a story from one person who claims no responsibility in the beginning of the situation, while the situation is going on, or in the aftermath.
Yeah.
None of it is her responsibility. Not even to be civil in the aftermath. It's not her responsibility. Does that sound like the type of person that y'all want to go up for over Issa Rae?
No, because she's rooting for everybody that's black. So I'm good. I'm good, at least.
Lord have mercy. They should have banned Twitter instead of TikTok. Should have banned Twitter.
How about both?
Not at the same time.
My Brother and Me was absolutely a classic, by the way. And she does need some goo punch. Please don't look at me like that, like you don't know what goo punch is.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
No, I'm not.
Goo punch. Everybody. Goo. Yeah, you're faking it. You're faking the funk right now. I'm upset. That's my first L. I'm giving an L to this guy for not knowing about goo punch from My Brother and Me.
My fault, bro.
Shout out Tony Robbins and shout out to Crippler. Let's start off with our actual dubs and L's. So without further ado, W's and L's, the weekly recap show where we give a dub to the things that we like and an L to the things that we don't. because I definitely did an intro. We just kind of started talking.
Yeah, I didn't know we were starting with dubs and L's, but we'll
Are we not?
Get some stuff together. No, man, go ahead, bro. You start.
Well, I gotta. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm going first anyway.
You, brethren.
That's
do your thing.
crazy. Especially since I did this last week and you shamed me for not
do
having
your
my
thing.
shit ready.
21. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Are you Drake in this situation?
21.
That's wild.
With an outlet for me.
That's wild.
Can you do something for me?
Should I start with dubs, L's, or toss ups?
Dubs.
I'm giving a dub to Pusha T. Last week I talked about how 2024 is going to be a good one for hip hop, and apparently Pusha T heard the call, and apparently he's dropping an album this year.
Nice. Well, I saw that it said Pusha T or
the Clips. Yes, I forgot about that.
Yep. Are we less excited if you know what?
My favorite song on what was the last album?
Donda?
No, the last Pusha album. What's wrong with you?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of the Jesus is King clip song.
What was the name of that album?
Daytona?
No.
It's Almost Dry.
It's Almost Dry. There you go.
It's Almost Dry.
My favorite song on here is I Pray for You.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember what the other song was.
Yeah, so if it sounds like that, yeah, I fucks with it.
I mean,
I don't think I'm not less excited. I'm more excited for a Pusha solo because he's kind of like on his Nas streak right now with Daytona and It's Almost Dry. I really need him to complete this trifecta. The old man trifecta is something that very few can do.
Yes.
Right? Nas, maybe Jay-Z if he ever raps again. Kanye to a certain degree. He's not as old as some of these guys, but he's getting up there.
He's over 40.
I guess it counts. It counts.
Is Rick Ross old?
Yes.
So then, yeah.
Rick Ross.
They're all over 40.
So yeah, man, the old man triple threat is almost unheard of. It's rare air.
How old is Future? Future is up there too.
I don't think Future counts.
He doesn't, but he's up there.
Yeah, I don't think Future.
He is 40.
Think the Prophet counts. He don't count.
That's a fact. He is 40, but you know what? Future is Future, so he's a little different. Yeah, he's the Prophet. I just want to let you know that Johnny gave you an L for not knowing Glue Punch as well. So just throwing that out there.
I apologize.
All right.
I apologize.
I'm giving a dub to Reggie Bush.
Got his Heisman back.
Yeah, well deserved considering the new stances that the NCAA have taken on certain things. So, yeah, congratulations to Reggie Bush. Now, there's a lot of Buckeye fans who say, oh, yeah, well, this means we should get all the stuff back for Tattoo Gate. And it's just like, bro, can you just let Reggie Bush live in his moment where he gets his Heisman back? Like, we can chill on certain things. Just be happy that Reggie Bush is getting his Heisman back.
Hey, fam, I was ultra annoyed with y'all this weekend about that shit. But then I had to realize what fan base I was dealing with, and then I realized it's kind of went back to normal.
Not everybody is like that.
Okay.
Sheesh. Okay. This was quick. My last dub is going to my nephew. So we went to the spring game a couple weeks ago. Speak of the Buckeyes, and he started talking about how much he really wanted to play football.
That's what's up.
And it was like, okay, cool. So my brother hit me up and was like, man, you know about any camps or anything? So I reached out to some people and found like a trainer. Essentially, He's on the east side. He's on Refugee. He works with little kids and older kids. So my nephew's on the cusp. He's 12. And so one of them is like 8 to 12, and then the other one's like 12 or 13 to 17 or something like that.
Okay.
And so he came in, he did the stuff with the little kids, which most of the kids they like separated them. So there was like real little kids, and then there was like mostly 12-year-olds. So he did the little thing with them. He worked for about an hour, and then my brother was like, all right, well, you can stay and we can watch the older guys so that, you know, when you come back, we can work with the older guys. And my nephew was like, nah, if I'm staying, I want to work with them.
Yeah.
I want to do what they're doing. Like, I'm not going to stay and watch. I want to actually do it. So then an hour and a half later, my guy is out there in his 3-point stance. We got to get a couple things corrected. But for his first day going into it, proud.
What is he playing?
Receiver. Wants to be a receiver.
Okay.
So I mean,
I just gotta plant some maize and blue seeds, man. That's good.
That's
no,
good.
That's what's up. I'll be at the next practice. Me and MJ will be there.
Absolutely
After
not.
his flag football game, we will be there.
Absolutely
no
maize and blue.
I was looking for something. He only got another couple of weeks for flag football. So when he done, we can start hitting up the trainer too.
Sure.
I'm plant some of these seeds, man.
I don't know about no maize and blue.
I know, Leighton ain't preaching the way he need to. I got this. I got this, y'all. I got this. I'm gonna make sure the next great Ohio receiver, just like Desmond Howard, ends up where he needs to be.
Gross. Don't you ever try to recruit family over here to know maize and blue. No navy blue and yellow bullshit.
Yeah.
What's Johnny talking about? I know Johnny's saying something crazy in the chat right now. Anyway, OSU fans have no chill. Maize and blue seeds planted. All right, y'all got to chill. He didn't know about goo punch.
No. We're not talking about that right now.
Be on the same side. Anyway, all right, let's go on to these L's. My first L is going to this whole Meg and the cameraman situation. Because for the life of me, I can't decide on whether or not this is just a cash grab or if bro was really going through it over Meg having sex with another woman in the car.
Okay.
And him being trapped.
I shouldn't have to do this, but I will, just so we can be fair. Let's flip it around.
I'm totally willing to be fair.
Let's flip it around.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's not Meg the Stallion. It's Matt the Clydesdale.
Matt the Clydesdale is crazy.
Matt the Clydesdale.
You could have used another person.
He's a country singer, and Matt has a female friend that's riding back with him in the car, and his agent is there. His female agent starts having sex with the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Makes his assistant watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Tells her, you better not tell anybody that this happened.
That was the crazy part.
Are we like, is it very hard to decipher why this is wrong?
I didn't say it wasn't wrong, but
no, I'm saying,
at the same time,
if he's saying he felt the way and was pressured not to say anything, right?
He is definitely probably pressured to not say anything.
Then it is what it is. I don't understand why these. Well, I get it. It's money, and money makes people dumb. But you can't keep thinking that like everything is yours. Like that's mine. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. And
sure,
I do whatever the fuck I want with it.
Well, especially when you have celebrity status as well.
Yeah, I'll just have sex wherever I want to,
and then I'll
threaten you. Yeah, I'll just threaten you. And that'll never come back to bite me in the ass because I'm rich.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the same type of mentality we have been seeing from these people over the last couple of years. And I'm so glad. I am glad that a lot of these people are showing their true colors and who they are, like in real time. Like, think about some of the nasty shit we done seen. We got, oh, yeah, you got to come and eat food out of strippers' vaginas. Watch me have sex. Go have sex with sex workers. Come take it up the stasher for your deal.
You could have said Diddy instead of Matt the.
No.
You could have just said Diddy.
No, it's not Meg the Stallion. It's Matt the Clydesdale. What else? Please let my fucking child raper co-star out of jail sooner because he's a really really good guy when he's not raping children. Sure. These people do. Yes. Absolute depravity.
Agreed.
And it's not cool. And no, they shouldn't get away with it. And the fact that he's a man doesn't really change the calculus here. I know a lot of y'all are like, well, it wouldn't have been me. Well, okay, I guess you just throw the payday down the toilet. But what happened?
Okay, but then that makes it a cash grab.
No, it just is what it is. If you're going to threaten somebody based off of your bad behavior, you're opening yourself up to your wallet. You might basically open up your wallet.
Sure.
She might as well just sat there when she said, don't tell nobody before he got out the car. Now, how much money you want? It would have saved a lot of fucking time. If you're going to expose yourself like that legally, then it is what it is. It is what it is. It's stupid. And the only thing you get from it is some sick power trip. Like, yeah, I'm one of the niggas. I'm one of the men.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I can do what I want. The men have sex in the back seat and make their assistants watch. I'm gonna do that too. Okay, well, go pay that money like they do. Go pay that money to get off this charge like they would have to.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what if she didn't say that? What if she didn't say?
She's still wilding.
She's definitely wilding.
I'm your employee.
She's wilding.
I shouldn't have to be subjected to you, scissoring in the back seat.
But what's the likelihood that she's running into a guy that is straight and they're not like, damn, I'm in a crazy position right now. I ain't about to say shit because I might run into the situation again at some point.
I'm under the impression that if he worked for Meg Thee Stallion, that maybe wasn't part of the calculus for him. Not to say that he was gay. I'm just saying that it's probably, we don't know. If he was able to work with her on a daily basis, that's probably not part of the day-to-day thing. Maybe he finds her attractive, of course, but not like, damn, like we would be doing. I could not work for Meg Thee Stallion. Mm-hmm. Neither could you. He was employed for her for like 5 years, I think they said. Mm-hmm. So I don't think sexual attraction was really a key factor in the relationship there, to the point that he would allow something overt like that. She is still his boss.
Yes.
She's your boss.
Yeah.
Like, there's no context where I would allow my boss to pull out their genitals in front of me. There's no context to that where I would allow it, other than being in the bathroom while my line of sight is not dead on you. Like, don't even drop it out while I'm still got my eyes on you. Okay.
But say you're a single guy and you are actually attracted to your boss.
Well, then,
and she does that.
But if that was the case, Josh, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
Sure.
If he liked it, we wouldn't be talking about that.
Absolutely. But I guess what my question is, what is the chance that Meg found the one person? Not even one.
You're downplaying it. The fact that she did that to an employee, if it was just some random nigga in the car with her, some niggas she met out while she was perusing, it'd be something different. Mm-hmm. But it was her employee. She pays him.
Yeah.
You cannot ask your employee to watch you have sex and then give him a paycheck.
Sure. Well. Again,
there are laws against that type of shit. That's harassment.
I'm not arguing the fact that it's wrong. And even if the whole thing was flipped or whatever, that'd be wrong. I'm not arguing that. But there are a lot of people saying the same thing online.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of people are ignorant. It's just it. Let's just call it what it is. It's because it's a man, and everybody expects the man to be so attracted to Meg Thee Stallion that he would allow her to harass him. It's the same type of mentality that everybody gets in their minds, that when there's a physical altercation with a man and a woman, there's no possible configuration of those events where a man is simply defending himself physically and not abusing a woman. That is the same type of mentality. Dude couldn't have been abused or harassed in this situation because Meg Thee Stallion is who she is, and who doesn't want to see Meg Thee Stallion have sex?
Well, there are definitely people who don't want to see Meg Thee Stallion have sex.
Same mentality that allows women to put their hands on men and not meet those repercussions in a self-defense manner.
But at what point does attraction play a part in a workplace infraction like this?
I don't think it does in the slightest for him, because
for him,
we are here.
We're here. I guess in any case, right? Is there any case where he could just be totally attracted to it and then not do anything?
Okay, but then you'd have to point to some other breakdown other than this event.
Well, we probably wouldn't hear about it because
he's hinging everything on this event. And I haven't heard anything from her representation that says it's over something else.
But if a person was into it, then we probably wouldn't hear about it. It'd be something behind closed doors.
If he was into this situation at all, mm-hmm. I don't think we would be here. But if you're saying that he liked it in the moment and then something else happened.
Not saying that.
Okay, well then what are you saying?
I guess I'm just saying there are a lot of people who would like to be in that situation.
Okay, again, and we just explained that harmful ideology or mentality, way of thinking. But again, that doesn't preclude this individual who has sought compensation for what happened to him.
This person doesn't like it.
Right.
How did Meg not find the person that is into it, though?
Fam, you're in the wrong rabbit hole.
I'm just in a rabbit hole.
You're in the wrong rabbit hole.
In general.
You mean why didn't she find the one idiot that would
Not
allow
why.
him?
Not why.
Think about how I mean, or how didn't she is what you're saying? How didn't she?
I'm just saying there are probably a lot of people who would be like, this is okay.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing. That they would just allow it to happen, like empirically,
but they
or financially. Neither. It doesn't make sense to just allow her to do that, to walk over you and treat you like an animal. Sit, stay, don't speak.
Some people are into shit like that.
Okay, I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm just saying, if he was consenting, like, what? Does that make it any less wrong if that person was consenting?
If he was consenting, she would simply just respond, he wanted it, and all of this would be done.
Okay.
Right? Like, that clearly wasn't the case.
Right.
He didn't want this shit. And she shouldn't just be able to do it to him because, well, I'm Meg the Stallion, and you should want me if you ain't gay. You should want to watch this if you ain't gay. Because that's what this all boils down to.
That is also
we're
very
questioning
problematic language.
We're questioning this man's sexuality based off of harassment that he didn't allow.
I don't know what his sexuality is.
We're questioning whether or not he's
but we know he didn't consent
to women because he turned down a opportunity to watch Meg the Stallion have sex, and he's complaining about it.
He didn't consent, and in that, the whole situation is wrong.
Flat out, plain and simple.
Yes.
Period.
Agreed.
Like there's no further dialogue. Agreed. Yeah, no further dialogue after that.
Now that that's being said, I would consent. So Meg, holla at me.
Okay. Sicko behavior over here.
Oh man. All right.
Glittery bubbles. I think there are people blurring the lines in the workplace. It's happening to me workspaces. Yeah, and it's happening in entertainment. It's happening in entertainment the most because they feel like they can operate with impunity.
Sure.
They feel like they can operate with impunity.
They are who they are, fame wise, and they have money, and they can get out of whatever situation they
really just does warm my heart that everybody's fave, whether it's Lizzo, whether it's Diddy, whether it's Meg the Stallion, whether it's Danny Masterson, whether it's any of these celebrities
that
say
Diddy Masterson?
I said Danny Masterson, but Diddy Masterson is
crazy.
That's nuts. I should use that. Any of them, I love that their favorites are getting called to the floor. It just reinforces my ideology of people's brain rot around their favorite celebrities and how they feel like they know them, like they feel like they understand. Like, I know something you don't know. No, I'm close to this person in a way that you don't understand, even though I've never been in the same room with them. They don't know my name.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that, considering all these like stories that we're not supposed to be exposed to for Meg have been problematic in some nature. How she's fucking her friends' boyfriends, and she's fucking Tory Lanez and the baby and whoever the fuck. And then now, this situation.
Perp is a child. He said hot girl-ish.
That's funny.
Johnny Yoten says, if you force me to watch and don't let me join, that's the form of harassment.
That's hilarious.
Oh, shit. Listen, if you like it, then you liked it and we wouldn't be here. That's the point. But he didn't like it.
He did not consent.
And the fact that he didn't like it, she should not just be able to do, like, the fact that she just took off and did it is reckless as fuck. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wrong.
It's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she's willing to have sex when she's not in private, you know what I mean? I guess, people get down like that, but not with somebody who works for me in the room.
Real hot girl shit is becoming problematic in nature.
Like, sure. There's not too much different between Vince McMahon directly. Never mind. Sorry. That was a step too far. She's not Vince McMahon, but that mentality of like, I can use this person if I need to.
Yeah.
Like, he's more of a utility than he is a human being. He's an appendage. He's something that I operate with when I need it.
And it's wrong that you're putting somebody who doesn't consent in that situation, because there are men who consent.
What was that?
All right. Moving on to another female rapper who is doing some crazy shit. JT is out here making outlines of how you can stream her music in a way that is wholly beneficial.
Fam, I'm not doing
to
all
only
that.
That list was
She
crazy.
had a list for Apple Music and Spotify.
That list
I'm
was
not
crazy.
doing all of that, bro. Turn off your shuffle. Back out of this. Clear your cookies. Post your date of birth and social.
You're turning your fans into stream farms. What is happening?
I'm not doing this.
Why?
I'm not doing it.
If I like your song, I will play it and maybe play it again. I'm not doing all this whole outline you've got.
You know what they should do? And it won't work because the biggest streaming services have deals with the biggest artists. But if ever they were able to get a few of them out, they were able to get, Beyonce clear and free, Taylor Swift clear and free. Who else is huge right now? Whoever the biggest names in music are.
Lotto.
Shout out to Lotto, but no.
You don't fuck with Lotto?
No, I'm talking about like titans in the industry.
Oh, sorry.
In the
I was thinking
industry.
female rappers for some reason.
Fucking Shania Twain and goddamn Cher and
okay.
Celine Dion and
sure. You said Beyonce.
If they were able to get free of their distribution deals, right? Drake is never getting free of his Universal deal.
For sure.
But if they were able to get free of it and decided not to post any further projects on the DSPs and only sell physical copies, line up with a distributor who is interested in going into a partnership with you for physical copies only. Leave these fucking streaming media conglomerates alone and force people back to the physical market.
That would be a lot, because how many people have things that they can play the physical copies
I think if Taylor Swift said, I am no longer putting my shit on Apple Music, I'm only selling my album on physical copies, I think the Swifties alone would single-handedly
bring Panasonic and Walkman back.
A renaissance in physical copies, CDs.
You would see a lot of people with CD fucking play.
Yeah, absolutely. You know how like all the retro shit start coming back in style around COVID because we had nothing to do and people start rediscovering shit.
Yeah,
we would rediscover the Walkman. Little hook on the belt.
Yeah,
you trying to get the anti-skip one so you can actually run with it.
Or would it be cassette? Cassette would be
cassette would be easier to make.
Yeah,
I feel like it probably wouldn't be that because it's too far back in platform. Like,
fam, I'm not going.
They would have to make new cassette players.
Rewinding.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, no, something that forces people away from the streaming services. But you would have to convince the biggest stars to do it to start hurting people away from it. And currently, Beyonce is literally involved in the streaming service, so she has no vested interest in not.
Is she?
Tidal.
Is she? Is Tidal still a big thing?
I mean, it's alive. She has money in it.
Fair.
So she has no vested interest in seeing streaming fail.
Sure. Yeah, no, seeing somebody like Taylor Swift seeing Taylor Swift specifically pushing CDs out of her trunk would be nuts. But she'd have a line going all the way down the street.
I didn't say she had to sell them out of her trunk, but like
sure, but that'd be a funny sight.
A funny quirk.
Seeing Taylor Swift like Master P selling CDs out of her trunk would be nuts.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't think about this a long time ago. It's probably because they all got wrangled into these fucking slave deals.
The last one that I've seen do anything like that, and it was a little bit before streaming, was Nipsey with the $100 CD.
Right.
And people bought that shit.
Independent. So, no major labels.
Yeah.
And look what that did for his career.
Yeah. No, agreed. Hove bought one. So all right. I probably should have went from the Meg situation to this one because it honestly would have probably made a good horny police segment. Because Ye has decided to come up with a great business idea called Yeezy Porn or Yeezy Prawn. I guess we're on YouTube. So, and I'm giving an L to the people who aren't really Ye fans because I've always known Ye to be a huge porn addict. So it's just a little crazy that people are just like, whoa, where is this coming from? Even despite the whole, him being a whole new Christian thing. I've always known him
definitely not a thing anymore.
I've always known him to be really into porn. So much so that he married Kim K and said, yeah, my wife has a tape at every single moment.
This man is getting sued. Apparently, they had like jail somewhere in the school. And he was yelling at all the black employees,
I
letting
did
the
hear
white
that.
one slide. I never know what to believe about like what was going on at the Donda school. I really couldn't fathom who the fuck was sending their kids there in the first place.
People who think they're going to meet Kanye.
I was absolutely amazed that there were actual educators there, that was like a real thing that they were doing, and it wasn't just kind of like summer camp.
I would probably look at some of those educators and see what their curriculum is or what their background is, because.
But as far as Yeezy porn, I have no interest in any of that. I don't have time for that.
No, I don't either. But I'm not surprised by it. And that's
my man is off the cocktail, and I don't think he has anybody around him who's gonna put him back on it. So,
oh yeah, and then
strap
the way,
in, folks,
the way that he treats his new wife, like she's always pretty much.
Does he treat
everywhere.
her that way, or does she act that way?
Good question.
I'll be right back.
Good question. Good question. Yeah, Bianca is definitely probably just, she probably likes to just be naked, and so that's all it is. I heard the location was the same area his school was. A true yikes. That'd be kind of crazy. That'd be insane. But no, Ye has been a huge addict since college dropout, damn near. So I don't know. All that shit is insane. Let's go through some of these comments, y'all. There's a lot of people in here. 21 people. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to, let's see, who did I miss? Jeremy Quinn, Will T, Leader, what's up? What's up? What's up? Unplug Josh, he's malfunctioning. Why I gotta be malfunctioning? Because I would like to see some crazy shit with Meg Thee Stallion. There's other people in chat who would also like to see some crazy shit pop off with Meg. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's not that crazy. That's Gemini's work. Is Kanye a Gemini? That would actually make a lot of sense. Not that I'm into horoscopes and all that shit, but that would actually kind of make a little bit of sense. Yay Hub is crazy. Yay Hub is wild. Anyway, what's good with chat? What's going on with y'all? What y'all got going on? Diddy Show Bop. Meg for the street. For sure. They would need to update CD players and everything like that because they're definitely not up to date. Do you need to update the CD players? Because I feel like you could probably get something like that off. Homeboy's got a record player up here, but it hooks to Bluetooth, so it technically works as a speaker and a record player. So like, there's something you could do with that, I'm sure. Did y'all talk about the Chris Brown diss track yet? Very slightly. Because actually, I think we talked about the Chris Brown one last week. But the Quavo one wasn't it. I mean, yeah, you include Takeoff after he said that crazy shit in his diss track. It just wasn't enough. Quavo just, I don't know if he just don't really care about this situation. He's just doing it to kind of save face and save reputation, but he's just not going in as hard as Chris Brown is, for sure. Did y'all talk about Michigan being honored at the draft? No, Johnny, we didn't talk about Michigan being honored at the draft. Were they honored? I mean, because a lot of people weren't drafted. JJ, we're not even going to go into that because Marcus is going to hear it and he's going to be all pissed off. But JJ being the 5th quarterback being drafted is insane. It's insane. That's all I'm saying. But you did see Marvin Harrison Jr. get drafted number 4. I know you saw that. I know you saw generational talent getting drafted at number 4, Johnny. I know you saw that. Yeah, talk something now. Blake Corum, 3rd round. Now, granted, the NFL is not a running back league, but 3rd round is kind of crazy. They honored the whole team at the draft. I didn't watch the draft. I didn't watch the full draft, I should say. Again, I'm not supposed to be an NFL guy, but I'm watching to see where my college players are getting taken. So I could say, oh, Marvin Harrison Jr., 4th draft pick, boom, recruiting is still going to go crazy at receiver, so I didn't really watch it, but I kind of stayed in tune with it. I'll say that. But 5th quarterback out of the first 6. I'm just saying, Johnny, it's not looking good for your boy. That's all I'm saying. See, JJ got drafted. I will say your backup tight end got drafted before Cade Stover. That was a little slap in the face. That was a slap in the face. I will say that. That was kind of crazy. Chris came with the chopper and Quavo had a small Glock. No, Chris came with a rocket launcher and Quavo came with a knife. Like he don't even really. Quavo came with his 2 fists, ready to fight something, and Chris is trying to kill this man. That's basically what it is. The lasers could be the biggest issues with CD players. If you could create a CD player that doesn't need that, the lasers, okay, yeah. Are you an engineering student? What are we doing, Perp? Have you thought about this? Bro, let me find out that Perp has a business plan for CD players. Is that what it is? Is that what we're doing? Like you thought about this? You thought this all the way through? And now we kind of shed some light on it. And now you feel a little more comfortable coming out with your business idea. You know a little too much about CD players, my boy. Chris rapped like he hates dude, nothing but smoke. You see what I'm saying? He really does hate, bro. Like the last few things that I've seen Chris do is Drewski's show, drop his own album, and shit on Quavo for like 4 weeks straight. That's how much he hates Quavo. It's taking a third of his time as a huge celebrity, A-list celebrity. He's that focused on ending Quavo's career. Did y'all see Quavo's concert that had like nobody there? That was crazy. I don't know what the facts are about that. I don't know if maybe it was sound check, but they were saying that it was like right on time and there was nobody in that crowd for Quavo. Maybe because it's not Migos, you know, people don't care as much. Because I can't tell you an actual Quavo. Well, he did have that album, but I can't really tell you a Quavo song all like that aside from the album that he came out with. So I don't know. Let's see. No cap, my CD just came in the mail today from Recording. I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm just saying CD players are cool, but they would need constant upkeep to keep them running smoothly. Oh no, that's facts. That's facts. Especially the way that they were skipping all the time. You get a whole bunch of scratches on your shit. Like CDs were a huge problem. And I do like the fact that we have like streaming and cloud space and shit like that for our video games and our CDs and shit. It's a way better system. But damn, bro. The fact that you have me thinking about CD players as much is insane. Lasers are now an issue with CD players. Why, please? I don't know. You gotta talk to your boy Perp. Over a woman he didn't even really like. I think there's more to the whole situation. Yeah, I think at one point, from what I'm hearing, is that Chris and Quavo were friends. So the fact that he ended up with Carucci, he really didn't fuck with that, I guess. But maybe I'm wrong, because I don't think I would care that much. You know, all these hip hop stars and R&B guys are fucking the same girls anyway. So you're gonna be that mad about Carucci? Come on, bro. I ain't see that. I saw Nelly at an MTM arena. Look, Nelly doesn't care about concert ticket sales right now, right? Actually, maybe he should because he's got a baby on the way. But I was gonna say he's more in love with Ashanti. That's all he really cares about at this point. But yeah, he's got a kid to feed now, so he probably should be worried about that. You know, Nelly's at the age where he should be doing tours with other older artists. Like it should be like Nelly, Ludacris, and some other artists, I'm sure. Nelly, who am I thinking of? Nelly, Ludacris. 50 might be a little too big for that. But other 2,000 artists should be in on this. Should be like a versus tour or some shit. The thought of bringing back the 6-disc CD changer in the car gives me massive PTSD. Facts. Actually, no, there's still cars with that in the system.
Not newer cars.
All of them are coming with aux automatically, but there are still cars with
that come with CD changers. No, they're not.
CD changers.
No, they're not.
At least as of within the last 10 years.
I don't think so.
So like, there's definitely a 2014
car with the CD changer.
CD changer.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know what for.
It's a 2014 VW Beetle.
Sorry for the absence, folks. I'm running double duty today. No
And
mommy in the house.
And the CD book is crazy. Remember the CD
Changing
books?
diapers.
Remember the CD books?
I do remember CD books. We can go back to CD books. You just gotta be brave. Artists gotta be brave enough.
We had CD books and video game books.
Well, first, they gotta get out of these slave deals with these distributors, and then they gotta be brave. All right. Oh man, where are we at? Are you done?
I got 2 toss-ups.
Okay. Pen. You see it anywhere?
Your pen? No. Okay. No, you got a pen, bro? That's you be writing bars. So you got a pen, bro? Hours to do. Oh, what? Perp said something and then it just disappeared. You were sitting on your pen, bro. CD changes are long gone. Between aux and Bluetooth, there's no need for that shit anymore. Yeah, but there's still a recent car that
aux and Bluetooth are only relevant if the streaming services are relevant.
That's
and
true.
The streaming services are only relevant if the artists, the major artists, are signed and have exclusive deals with them, which they do. Does Apple, the giant it is, if they don't have exclusive rights to Taylor Swift, Drake, and Beyonce's music?
Or Chance when that was a thing?
Yeah, well, chances.
About the drop of Fire album.
If you say so.
I do.
I'll just wait and see.
Did you not hear the song that came out?
But my point is, can you answer my question before you take us off on some other rabbit hole?
Go ahead.
Would Apple be the giant it is without an exclusive deal to Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and Drake's music?
Apple Music would not be. No.
So again,
it would
the
just
streaming
be Spotify.
Services are only as necessary as the artists that sign to them, and the streaming services essentially make Bluetooth a thing.
You know what? Maybe now that I think about it, there was, I think, CD before or after CDs in cars. There was like a small Bluetooth era, and then it was strictly aux.
Let me hold on. Let me adjust this. Let me be clear about what I'm saying. Do I think that physical property CDs could overtake streaming like in sheer mass? No, because no, you're right. We're not going to regress that much in technology just because something is niche or popular now or retro. But can you bolster a physical property market with a few superstars? Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, Tracy G says that is so very true. We need to start purchasing music again. It will help with getting this trash music up out of here and more money for the artists. It's absolutely true, because if I have to spend my dollar on music again and go buy a CD,
we're gonna see who's popular. We're gonna see who's popular for sure.
I'm not wasting my money.
If I gotta get up, or if I gotta go order something and pay cash money, not a monthly subscription. See, I can forget about it as long as I can use it for my $9.99 a month, right? But if I gotta go spend $15.99 to go hear the latest Drake, the latest Schoolboy, we gonna find out who's popular real quick.
Facts.
Who's actually popular and who's machine popular.
Yeah, no, it's you better give me a classic with the album, or I'm not fucking with you. Like, I'm not listening to the last 4 Drake albums. I'm not buying them. So he'd have a real problem on his hands. I'm just saying. All right, anyway. All right. So I went through all my L's. All right, toss up time. So Dallin Hayden decided to enter the transfer portal.
Who's Dallin Hayden, Josh? You know we have a lot of people in the chat who don't watch college football.
Sure. And we just kind of had a little bit of a football conversation not too long ago. Dallin Hayden is was Ohio State's 3rd string running back behind Travion Henderson, who was the starter, and Quinshon Judkins, who was a recent transfer into Ohio State. And Dallin Hayden saw that, didn't like it, and decided to hit the transfer portal, which is something that Buckeye fans have been fearing for some time, but knew was ultimately inevitable. I'm giving him a toss-up because of the team that he decided to go to. While I do feel like Colorado will be, or has the chance at least, to be a good team, especially now that they've made their transition to the Big 12, I think they have a lot of work to do, and to join them right now, I thought it was a little crazy.
You want a semi-spicy take?
Sure.
I think this is a make or break year for Dion.
I would agree with that.
I think this is a make or break year. I was surprised to see that Alex Graham, the top 100 cornerback, actually committed there. I thought it was horseshit when people were crystal balling him to Colorado because I, for the life of me, couldn't fathom the former top 100, I think it was a top 50 recruit, Cormani Edwards, or not Cormani Edwards,
Cormani
McLean, right? Who just transferred out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was because he didn't have the right mentality or Deion Sanders ran him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, that surely doesn't look good. And you're not ranked as high as Cormani McLean was. Like, nothing could compute to make me think like they weren't good last year. They only won 4 games. I just saw the graphic today. Colorado has 0 players drafted in 7 rounds of football. Meaning all of that, I'm bringing my Louis, my luggage, change the roster over 3 times in the offseason. He didn't have 1 drafted player, not 1. When Michigan was in the doldrums of college football, winning 3-7 games a year with Rich Rod, they had at least one.
He had a player drafted at Jackson State, didn't he?
Fam, he had more players drafted from Jackson State than he has from Colorado at this point. How are you folding yourself in the pretzels to get to Colorado? Montrez Walker committed there this weekend as well.
Nikai Hill-Green, like Johnny just pointed out.
What's that?
Nikai Hill-Green committed to
Colorado. Fam, I don't really understand. I don't get it. And we probably have to have a deeper conversation about NIL, but that's not what this is with Colorado because they don't have a war chest like that. They don't have bread like that.
Sure.
They have space. They have playing time.
Which is why Dallin Hayden went.
That is what they're offering. You're going to get burned. You're going to get reps here. Shedeur is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. We're going to be competitive. We need guys to take up reps.
And Dallin Hayden's good enough to be a starter for a team who doesn't have
I'm not mad at Dallin Hayden from going there. Dallin Hayden needs a spot to eat. I'm not mad at him.
I'm only mad because I don't think Colorado has that great of a line.
I'm struggling to get my head around why top 100 recruits are giving Deion Sanders the time of day.
Wait, so the guy you're talking about, who was it again?
Alex Graham was the cornerback from IMG, and then Montrez Walker was the Buford High School. He was at the same high school as Dylan Raiola.
He also played cornerback?
No, he's a linebacker. He's an undersized linebacker.
I would completely understand why a cornerback would come play for Deion Sanders, but that's it.
Look, man, I love Travis Hunter. I think he is one of the best players in college football. I think Travis Hunter was about 40% of what that team had in total last year. And then about another 40 of it was Shedeur. And then the other 20 was everybody else.
A little bit of Dylan Edwards, a little bit of
everybody here.
There's another receiver.
But
another side in, I think.
Even through the 4 wins, they don't have those without Shedeur and Travis Hunter. But do I feel like Travis Hunter is the most technically sound corner in the country? No. Do I feel like Travis Hunter is a shutdown corner in anybody's system in the NFL? No. Is he an amazing athlete? Is he exciting to watch him tote the rock? Is it exciting to watch him play 150 plays in a couple of weeks? Sure. Is it good for him? No. Is that translatable to the NFL? Fuck no.
I think it still gets him drafted, though.
Deion Sanders was able to do what he did in the NFL because he was shut down on defense.
Yeah.
It allowed him the berth to do whatever he wanted, returning punts and kicks, because the main thing, his job was solidified. Mm-hmm. Travis Hunter is draft eligible this year. And it just depends on the list that you're looking at, but he's not the definitive number 1.
Oh, no.
So again, I'm asking you, what is so attractive about Boulder, Colorado, and Deion Sanders, knowing that he gonna invite you in, and if it don't work out,
he gonna ship
now you're gone within months.
Right back out.
Nikai Hill-Green,
Well, I get why he didn't come to Michigan, because I didn't think that he was going to get a guaranteed spot coming in anyway.
Nakai Hill-Green is a linebacker, right?
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get, like, we already, okay, so you got Jayshon Barham in Houston. Boom, there you go, your starters. Rolder and Hood are both juniors, right? They came in here with Nakai Hill-Green. That nigga left. Ain't no way they going to let him slide back in there and take one of their jobs. So you got 4 guys right now that you would have to compete with to get time. Or I can go start today at Colorado based off of the conversation with Deion Sanders. Yeah, I get that. I get that. What I don't get is that, Taylor Upshaw transferred from Michigan, went to Colorado last season, and was gone before fall. And was off that roster before fall.
I feel like I said, as a cornerback, makes perfect sense. You want to play cornerback under one of the greatest cornerback. Well, no, the greatest cornerback ever.
I don't think it's translating, fam. Travis Hunter was gonna be the guy he is without Deion Sanders. The only thing that Deion Sanders does is play him a lot.
But if you believe in yourself, you would have to say, "Oh, well, if I can still get some burn with the greatest cornerback, like I gotta at least try," knowing that you're probably still going to get shipped out.
I think there's a lot of fool's gold being sold in college football right now, and these kids are eating it up. And the most unfortunate part about it is that whereas just 5 years ago, if you weren't a NFL draft pick, the only thing you had to do was stick it out on a college roster for 3.5 years. And it really wouldn't matter whether or not you're going to the NFL, because whatever degree you earned staying academically eligible for football was going to net you whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen now is that these guys are now Jeremiah Beasley. That was the most of any departure that Michigan has had this offseason. Any coach, any player. This was the most disappointing departure I've had from the Michigan football program. He's a true freshman, true fresh.
Mm-hmm.
He enrolled into the program in December. He was there for the Rose Bowl game. He was there for the national championship game. He's been with the program for just over 4 months and enters the transfer portal after the spring game. So now I'm going to restart this entire situation as a true freshman. Right? So first of all, find somebody that wants me. And if somebody's talking in my ear, that's even more suspicious, because the only value that I have for me is high school tape. If somebody's going to offer Jeremiah Beasley $100,000 to leave Michigan and come play for them, red fucking flag. There's nothing that verifies that worth. Nothing. You haven't played a down in college football, fam. We barely saw you in the spring. So what they're telling you is, you can get $100,000 if you perform for it, and you're not going to perform for it. You know why? Because you are a high school football player still. You're a high school football player still trying to play Power 5 football, trying to start today. So you're not going to earn a spot wherever you go. You're going to sit the bench. You're going to enter yourself into a class that you didn't commit to just 4 months ago. So now you're going to be the outside guy looking in, because that coach didn't recruit you. He recruited the guys that were already in his room.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming in behind. So you're even further behind than what you just left at Michigan. Most guys in that situation that don't get a start right away at the new university, what do? What do?
Dip.
Yeah, they go right back to the fucking portal. So now you a junior. Now you going into your junior year. You've transferred twice. You haven't played a lick. You got 2 years of eligibility left. And you looking for somebody to give you a starting job. Why the fuck would I? What? Excuse me? Huh?
No, that's a fact.
Huh? Collins Anchiapong? Excuse me?
Why does his name keep getting brought up in this situation?
Because he's the quintessential guy.
Because he's going to
decommitted from a team that won a national championship just to transfer twice. He's in his junior year with his second university. Hasn't played any at all. Hasn't done anything significant in college football at all. This is your 3rd year in college football. But it makes sense to leave your current situation for greener pastures. For that $100,000 that you still not about to get because you didn't fucking play. We have to talk about this, because this is going to affect the black players a lot more than it's going to affect anybody else.
Oh, 1,000%.
Because black players were at least able to go ahead, sign up, let's go to college, let's do this. If it don't work out NFL-wise, at least I am still the first person in my household to get a college degree. At least I'm still going to have a livelihood to earn from my family from this point out. It doesn't matter if I get drafted, if I'm one of the 300 or the 150, 200 people that get taken in the NFL draft every year. Doesn't matter. I have a degree from Michigan. I have a degree from Oklahoma. I have a degree from Ohio State, from Northwestern.
I have a head start on a lot of other people.
These guys are not going to end up in getting their degrees because they're going to 3 or 4 colleges. They're not going to end up graduating.
Yeah.
If they're not sticking it out, willing to keep fight for a spot or a job in football, how do you think they're doing in the classroom? While they're on their 3rd university in 3 years.
They got ChatGPT now.
What are the statistics on transferring for just normal students? How likely are they to graduate from their next university?
They're probably going to lose credits.
That's for a normal student. So now slash it even more for somebody who has to give 90% of their time to the football program. And even more because they're a newcomer trying to earn a spot. Nothing about this move makes sense. The only thing that makes sense is that they're putting cash in my kids' hands right now.
Sure.
And you have to be able to reason beyond that. Your kid is good to you. He ain't good yet to everybody else. He hasn't done anything. So if anybody is offering him money, it's probably not good money. So Jaden Hood and Jimmy Rolder didn't transfer to go get starting jobs, but you as a true freshman should?
Yeah, why not?
Amir Herring, same way, true sophomore. So none of the starting guards took money from the teams tampering with them went to go to other teams. But you, who has played a whopping 0 meaningful snaps at Michigan, is going to hit the portal to go where? And to do what?
Back up somebody?
To just start over from scratch because you're getting a check?
Yeah,
Yo.
Blue Mountain State paying.
They're not even signing contracts, Josh. They're not even signing contracts. That is the worst part of it all. They're not even guaranteeing. I'm going to fuck my situation up here for a rainbow, for a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
For a promise, I was sold.
You don't sign anything. It's not a real promise. It's not real.
I mean, you were sold the dream. A dream you were sold.
It's dangerous, y'all.
A dream bag you were sold.
It's dangerous. College athletics afforded people a changing in life, an opportunity out of poverty, an opportunity to earn a livelihood beyond that of the NFL. And NIL threatens that. It does. The way it's currently set up, the way the rules are currently aligned for college football, college athletics, it seriously threatens the livelihood and the future of a lot of these college athletes. They already end up broke when they get their money in the NFL. What do you think is going to happen if you give them the money 4, 5, 6 years earlier? If I give you a $5 million and the lifespan on that $5 million is 5 years, what do you think the lifespan on it is if you were 5 years younger and it's 100,000 or 500,000, which is a lot of money to an 18-year-old, but it ain't shit to an NFL vet.
I'll take it right now, though.
These colleges and these collectives are playing goofy games with these kids because the colleges love it. They like, shit, we just keep raking in our college football checks and we don't have to pay these players anything. We don't have to pay them shit. This merry band of boosters and alumni over here want to fundraise to get it and not campaign for a union of players so that they could demand fair and equal pay. No, we'd rather fuck around with the people who are already paying college athletes before. Now they're just doing it through collectives.
Seems legit.
We'd rather that system be in place for college football than to just pay them a wage. Pay them like you pay state employees. Pay them like the NFL pays. But you
take your additional pie that you're getting from all these TV contracts, divvy it up, and pay them. So that it is no longer an issue about a bag man.
Legit. But I just don't like the move from Dallin Hayden over to Colorado.
I think it made sense. He has a quarterback that's going to be able to take pressure off of the running game, and they don't have any. They had Dylan Edwards, who was a freshman and didn't really like take over the role in his freshman year. So,
but there's no other team that you can get starting burn from that has a better line. There's probably some that have better lines than our team, even. He probably could have got behind.
Maybe Wisconsin. I could have seen him at Wisconsin. I could see him at Iowa.
I could see Iowa too, but
I could see him.
Who's Iowa's quarterback?
Kate.
Still?
Imagine hating on JJ when you was a year ahead of him or 2 years ahead of him, and he's in the NFL, and you're coming back to Iowa.
He is?
Congrats,
because of his injury.
Yeah, congrats, bud.
Damn.
Congrats.
Yikes.
I could see him. Oh, he was definitely started Indiana, Rutgers, all of those teams.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't start at Penn State because they got Allen and Singleton still.
Mm-hmm.
Does he start at
Michigan
Maryland?
State?
Probably.
Michigan State, which you wouldn't want to.
Oh, yeah. Now that Jalen Berger is gone, yeah, hell yeah.
You wouldn't want to run in that dumpster fire either. But
now that Jalen Berger is gone, he definitely could go to Michigan State.
So
I mean, he could have came to Michigan and backed up Khalil Mullins and Donovan Edwards if he wanted to.
Anyway, you want to talk about Dubs and L's? Your Dubs and L's?
Sure.
Sheesh. Somebody going to Michigan?
Oh, somebody's going to Michigan.
Except Tony. Alfred.
Cleveland Heights' very own Marquise Davis.
Sure, but then we're gonna get Bo Jackson and.
Are you? Yeah. I've yet to see that crystal ball. I did see the one for Jordan Davison, but he hasn't committed. So I was,
Sure. But
Alfred, I didn't see one for Bo Jackson.
The one with the relationship with Marquise Davis.
Okay,
so it makes sense.
Cool. Whatever you say, bro. Whatever the flavor of Cope is today, I'm with it.
Laughlin don't have that. Oh shit.
Whatever the flavor of Cope is today.
You ain't Cope.
Okay. You know what I didn't hear? Oh, Jordan Davis is going to Oregon when Laughlin was at Oregon. So I'm just confused about the confidence about Jordan Davis and all of a sudden because Laughlin is at Ohio State.
Jordan Davis likes Ohio State.
Okay. Well, I'll see if he likes him enough to commit.
I think so.
Okay.
Sure.
Good job, buddy. Who knows? He might be the next Travion Henderson, and we may be getting the next Blake Corum and Marquise Davis.
Or we could be getting.
That's probably what it is.
And you guys could be getting.
That's probably what it is.
Maybe the next Hassan.
No.
I'll take Zeke over Hassan.
No. I was just knowing the assertion that Homeboy was the next Zeke. He's not going to be able to be the next Zeke because your coach doesn't. He's never going to have a Zeke again. He's never going to have a J.K. Dobbins again. He's never doing that again. Having a running back that he's going to hand the ball to 30 times.
Ryan Day has never had either one of those.
He's never had J.K. Dobbins or Zeke.
Oh, as the offensive coordinator, not as a head coach.
Well, he had J.K. Dobbins as a head coach.
No,
for 1 year, right?
Oh, 1 year. Okay,
yeah, for 1 year.
1 year.
But I'm saying he will never do that again. He will never have that type of tailback again.
Chip Kelly looks like as an offensive coordinator.
Remember that, Jordan Davison, when you make your decision.
We'll see what it looks like with Chip Kelly as an offensive coordinator.
You may need to head up north, Betty.
I don't know that that's true. We'll see. Anyway,
all right, here we go. Let's do the L's first. My first L is going out to LeBron.
Your first L?
Yeah, first L. Going out to LeBreezy. It's not very hard to figure out why. You know, I'm a Lakers fan, and we are getting our ass whooped at the moment. No, we're not down 0-3. We won, didn't we? Did we not win this last game?
Pretty sure
we didn't win last night. Ain't no way they lost that game.
They were losing when I was watching it. Oh, y'all won.
Yeah, I was about to say I know they won that game.
Oh no, I was saying 3-0. I didn't even watch the game last night.
Scared shit.
That's
out
why.
of me.
Y'all were down 0-3. That's what I said. That's what I meant.
Anywho, took me off my train of thought. Oh, that man. So first of all, besides the 6 turnovers, like I've already kind of checked out on the Lakers. I didn't really expect much, but there was this one clip where I think it was like in the third quarter, where like he was trying to get Darvin Ham to challenge a play, and the man absolutely like jumped up with 2 feet and stomped on the ground like the biggest baby back biznai I've ever seen in my life.
This is the first time I've ever seen him do that.
No, it's not. But like it's getting old, fam. It is old.
I would imagine it would get old when you're not winning.
Like especially like okay, last game he dribbled the ball off his foot, turn around, start yelling at Torian Prince. Like, are you having old man senile moments on the court right now?
Okay.
Are you having Joe Biden moments out there on the court? But why was that Torian Prince fault? And then just color me, color me different. But like maybe I trust the guys that are paid to watch the replay sitting right next to me on an iPad to tug me and tell me to challenge it if we have enough time to challenge it at all. And I don't just look to you for decisions on the court. How about that? How about I coach, you play, and we get along a lot better?
How about that? LeBron is basically the coach wherever he goes.
No, he's not. No, the fuck he's not.
Yeah, he's basically the coach.
No, he's basically
Darvin Ham, Tyronn Lue,
and that's why it doesn't work.
David Blatt,
and that's why it doesn't work.
I'm just saying.
Like
he likes to think of himself
trying to be lazy and be the coach at the same time. Don't fucking work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Can't be the player coach if you're not sliding your feet, bro. I don't want to hear it. If you're dribbling the ball off your feet through double teams, I don't want to hear you yelling at anybody. 6 turnovers? I don't. If I ever see his 6'9" ass jump up with both feet like that again and stomp his damn feet, not only am I going to turn the game off, but I might just have to hang up my Lakers fandom until he retires.
That's crazy. What if he wins you another one?
That shit turns my stomach. I would never, ever. And he threw some fucking conniptions, but like a spoiled ass kid in a department store.
I've seen him do that multiple times as a Cavalier. So I mean,
oh my god, he gave up a transition layup.
He did that when J.R. Smith didn't. When J.R. Smith didn't shoot in the finals, he did that.
No. The play wasn't still going on when that happened.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
When he showed him up, they were walking to the sidelines. He was like, "Nigga, what are you doing?" Yeah. No, this man stopped, jumped, threw his fist, turned his back as the play is going by him, and they got a bucket.
Okay, that's different for sure.
And in the era where we're stopping games to celebrate how many points this fucker has scored, I absolutely do not want to see you crying. I don't want to see that shit, man. It turns my stomach to see that. That's our best player. It's really not too hard to figure out why the Lakers have had a hard time getting it the fuck together. Why the starting point guard is scrolling Twitter on the fucking bench while he has 1 point. It's not hard to figure out. Attitude reflects leadership. And if you're the best at everything in this world, like we proclaim it to, then be the best at leading this team and not screaming at them when you dribble the ball off your big toe.
I mean, the Lakers are just never going to get it together against the Nuggets anyway. So,
anywho,
prove me wrong.
That's LeBron's L. Next L I got is going out to, excuse me. That's supposed to be a dub. That is supposed to be a dub. Let's leave that one alone. Found an
who is y'all starting point guard? D'Lo?
D'Lo, yes.
Okay. Because Spencer Dinwiddie also hasn't been doing anything either.
Trashy, trash. And Gabe Vincent. Why do players come to the Lakers and become trash? That shit happens so often. These things have great seasons. Lakers get them, trash.
All right, my fault. I didn't mean to distract you.
No, I found a good article by the Associated Press. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the Elijah McClain story. Out there in Colorado. The EMT was charged with his death, but unfortunately, she was able to get off with probation. She won't serve any jail time.
Probably didn't have any priors or anything like that.
I think that story sparked this research that's being done here. So the AP says medics across the U.S. have been quietly injecting sedatives to subdue people and detained. Oh, to subdue people that are detained by the police. So basically, this practice of injecting folks with sedatives for the police on the behalf of the police has been going on across the country for decades.
Which I've never seen happen.
Like, I've never actually seen that before, but to know that, like, there.
Hold on, let me see if I can find some numbers here.
So I definitely don't like that.
Some context
for obvious reasons.
Let's see what we got.
You're just injecting me with unknown substance. Black people already don't like fucking getting injected with shit, so for good reason.
Let's see if I can find some statistics. We're talking about a specific case. At least 90. Oh, excuse me. Paywall. Get the fuck out of here. At least 94 people died after they were given sedatives and restrained by police from 2012 through 2021.
That's too much.
According to the findings by the AP in collaboration with Frontline, that's PBS, and the Howard Centers for Investigative Journalism, that's nearly 10% of the more than 1,000 deaths identified during the investigation. Holy shit.
That's way too much.
During the process of the investigation, they found 1,000 deaths, right? So 10% of them happened in between 2012 and 2021. 94 people.
That's insane.
Yo, I don't even know what to tell you what to do. Like, just fucking scream bloody murder, I guess. I guess that's going to be making more likely that you're going to get
I was going to say, yeah.
Pins. Jesus.
Yeah, I
don't get arrested in private.
I don't have an answer for that.
And then, like, is it always that the medics just happen to be there? Like, when somebody calling the police on you, they don't usually just send the ambulance. Sure. So, like, how are they showing up? Do they call them and be like, "Hey, look, man, we need y'all help. He tripping out." Do y'all meet up at a fucking black site and you give them the sticker? I don't want to hear some of these goddamn stories.
And the fact that it's killing some people means you got some fucked up mixture in there.
Some bullshit. Or they're not really taking into account whatever the substance may do to them, what kind of afflictions the person may have going into it. I couldn't imagine they're giving very much medical care if they're illegally injecting people with sedatives.
And at that point, anybody can just walk up and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm an EMT."
Sure could. Okay.
Shout out Darth Uchiha. Shout out Connoisseurs, triple salute in chat.
Next L I got is going out to the number 2 pick? No, number 3 pick in the NFL draft.
Drake May.
Number 4 pick in the NFL draft.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh yeah.
So I've kind of been staying off of this, and I didn't really think it was going to hurt his draft stock. That's why most of the reason why I didn't say anything. But your man has had the weirdest offseason of what was supposed to be the most generational talent at wide receiver Ohio State has ever seen. Second coming as his father.
Didn't perform at the combine.
Didn't do the pro day, right? Didn't do the player agreement, so he's not going to be in Madden. He's not going to have his jersey sold. What else didn't he do? Oh, he did sign a deal with New Balance.
Yes, he did.
For football apparel?
Because they're going to get into football apparel, bro. You don't know them for that because they're getting into it with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Wouldn't you rather have the best receiver in years at Nike or Under Armour?
Well, maybe they didn't offer the bag that New Balance did.
I'm sure they didn't. That's synonymous with, top level talent consistently, and not
back up the brink.
Something that's synonymous to geriatrics and fresh fits with polos.
Okay,
that's what those are for. But certainly
now they're trying to get
not football.
Just like Under Armour got into basketball with Steph Curry.
Right. I feel like that was so much less egregious than bringing New Balance to football.
Or actually, just like New Balance with Kawhi Leonard getting into basketball.
Again, so much less egregious than New Balance cleats. Can you imagine?
Until I see them, I can't.
Could you imagine the first person to come on the field with some New Balance cleats?
Give me some 574s in a
Fam.
cleat. I'd rock that.
Could you imagine the hell that man is going to catch for having New Balance cleats? You got Jordan 1 cleats on? Sure. You got Jordan 5, Jordan 4s, Jordan 7s? Hell yeah.
No, but New Balance.
You got 504s on your feet and you playing footballs? I'm sorry, not jeans. 574s.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. New Balance is enjoying a resurgence in the sneaker game. So then, maybe they can make it happen for football. This has been
the oddest offseason for a lottery pick
that I've
seen in a while.
The reason being he has a Hall of Famer father.
I think his dad is fucking him over. What could be the benefit of him not getting jersey sale money? What's the benefit of that? What's the benefit of him not being on Madden this year? Why? How does that help him?
He's holding out.
For what? They have standard agreements. They're not going to pay you any more than they pay anybody else. What are you holding out for?
Better deal. Give me a better deal.
From who?
Players Association. Give me a better deal.
You think Marvin Harrison deserves a better deal for
money, please?
Madden? He deserves a better deal for Madden?
For both. I don't believe he deserves one. I'm saying nobody ever holds out for them. So I'm assuming he's employing this as a way to get a better deal. That's the only other answer. What other answer is there?
But again, this is not like his contract with his franchise. This is what Madden pays players for their licensing and their likeness in the game. It's not a.
But if anybody has any idea of how this should work,
are you kidding me? You kidding me? Marvin Harrison more than DK Metcalf and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and players who have actually played in the NFL.
None of those.
Marvin Harrison has more cachet than them.
But none of those players have a guy in their ear who has been talking to them since they were a kid. Who is a Hall of Fame player.
I don't doubt that he's talking to his son. What I doubt is that he's giving him sound advice. It's not sound advice to do your draft process differently than any other player has ever done it.
Well,
different than he even did it. He didn't skip the draft. He didn't skip the combine.
As far as the draft process, though, it worked.
Fam, was Marvin Harrison not already going to go top 10?
Sure.
What do you mean it worked? Were the Cardinals not already?
He didn't have to put in any extra work besides actually doing private workouts with the Cardinals, and he still got the same.
Try and be number one. We don't want to try and convince Chicago to maybe keep Justin Fields and maybe I'm the receiver that can get us over the top. Maybe we don't want to go number one.
I think that was already kind of the ball was at least rolling.
I do not believe that any of these moves, whether it was maybe you don't run the 40 if you think you're going to come up slow. Maybe you don't run the 40 at the draft at the pro day. Catching the football in shorts should be the easiest thing in the world for Marvin Harrison Jr. And so for him to not do that at the pro day or the draft, and then follow that up by not interviewing with anybody, and then follow that up by this fucking New Balance shit.
But he did have private workouts with teams.
All weird.
So he probably had an inkling that
why are you signaling so hard that you don't want to work out in front of people?
Because it's not for them. He don't need to do the extra work that everybody else is doing. He's a generational talent.
Well, you're going to have to play in front of everybody, so I don't know what difference.
But do you not think he's going to do good once he gets to the NFL?
Honestly, bro, this stinks of the same type of LeBron shit. Like, this is my son. He's better. You know, I'm going to make sure he doesn't have to do what everybody else has to do. He's better than that. He's above it. And honestly, it's going to put more pressure on him to perform in year one. I don't understand why sports dads do this to this degree. Believe me, I understand the feeling of wanting to live vicariously through your kid to get a chance to go back and do it again. I absolutely do. But like, I would never get to the point where like I'm going to damage his career because of my viewpoint, because of what I think is better. I'm not going to have him regress in a way or not regress, but do something that can only be seen as detrimental.
I think
there was nothing keeping him from working out at the pro day. Why not just go out there and catch balls from Stroud or catch balls from whoever was throwing at y'all pro day?
I think while this does add pressure, sure, there is no more pressure on anybody than say a Caleb Williams or At this point, Michael Penix Jr.
I don't know, man. He's up there because Caleb Williams does have a lot of doubters. He has a lot of people that thinks he's a bust. Plus, on top of that, Caleb Williams' daddy didn't play in the NFL. He's not a Hall of Famer. So people are expecting you to at least equal that. Not in the prevailing thought is that he's going to be better.
Yeah, I would say he's going to be better.
Okay, so that's more pressure.
But I would say this. I would say this. He's probably given more time than just the first year to perform. Whereas Caleb Williams, you better perform immediately.
When you act like a freaking weirdo during your process and you don't talk to people, you don't work out in public, and you do all this extra shit, I think that paints a target on your back. You're making people look at you. Why don't you just go out there and compete like everybody else and prove that you are the best?
But I would say this.
It stinks like I have concerns and I don't want to show them to everybody.
But I would say this. It's all unprecedented. There's not a lot of people who've done this before. And if it does lead to something,
sure,
then it would make sense.
Again,
it may not make sense to you now, but it's possible that it could make sense later.
And there is no deal that exists where he gets paid more for his jerseys than everybody else, or he gets paid more for being on Madden than everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know what the play is.
That is a recipe for a lawsuit if I ever saw one. But sure, let's just wait it out and see how it goes.
I don't know what the play is, but I would assume that Marvin Harrison Sr. would know what the play is more than I would.
Alrighty.
That's all I'm saying.
We can just keep taking it on faith that celebrities know what the fuck they're doing.
I would take it on faith that somebody who's been through that would know more than I would, me personally. Because I don't know shit about none.
Here we go, Marvin Jr. Okay, two dubs. First dub I got is going out to Michigan football. I won't lambast because we've talked a lot about football this evening, but they did have 13 players drafted. They fell short of the record they were trying to get, but 13 is still pretty impressive to me.
It is impressive.
Lot within the first 5 rounds. Blake Corum went second round. Mike Sanders still went second round. The LA Chargers were able to pick up 2 of Harbaugh's former players, and Junior Colson and Cornelius Johnson. Bengals picked up some more Michigan players.
Okay, I didn't know Cornelius Johnson went to the Chargers.
Yep. Bengals picked up some more Michigan players. They picked up Chris Jenkins.
And AJ Barner.
AJ Barner went
which was bullshit, but thank you, because now Cade Stover is going to the Texans.
No. AJ Barner went to the Seahawks. Eric All.
That's what it was.
Is
right.
that the,
You're right.
Now listen to me. Eric All played all of 2 games at Iowa. There is no tape from him at Iowa that's even evaluatable. Like, oh yeah, this is the type of player Eric All is. There isn't enough film of him at Iowa at all. There is no comparison between Eric All and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow competed in the spring game for a starting spot. Joe Burrow played an entire season before his Heisman season at LSU on LSU's roster. There is no comparison between Eric All and Joe Burrow, other than the fact that they changed schools.
And they were developed at one school at first, and they went to another school.
I'm not implicitly claiming Eric All, but I am saying that he got a season-ending injury within the first 3 games of the season when he transferred to Iowa. So what did he gain from Iowa?
But
lodging for the last 9 months.
Left the Hawkeye, though.
He wasn't developed. He didn't even practice with them.
Claim them, though. Homeboy claimed them.
Who's that?
Guy on Twitter.
Oh, he claimed Eric All. Yeah, I'm not implicitly claiming him. If you're asking me who has more credit for him, Iowa or Michigan, it's Michigan. He didn't play at Iowa. He played 2 seasons at Michigan. Everything you know about Eric All as a player happened at Michigan. Absolutely nothing happened except for time off.
What happened?
And a free stay.
What would happen though if Eric All himself would consider himself to be a Hawkeye?
He can say whatever the fuck he wants. Tape is tape. Empirical is what it is. You only played 3 games at Iowa. One of them you were injured in.
Yeah, but I'm
for the entire season.
I'm a Hawkeye.
So you didn't even really develop at Iowa because most of the year you were there, you weren't practicing. You were rehabbing.
What is Cade?
If he makes it to the NFL, I guess he can be either or.
Okay,
you can say either or.
What if Cade has his best year ever
at Iowa? Then I will say Iowa developed Cade McNamara.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
There we go. So that's Michigan football. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that got drafted.
The record was commendable. Ohio State's gonna break that record next year.
Okay, we shall see.
Throwing that out there.
Speaking of Ohio State, as painful as this is going to be, I am going to shout out some Buckeyes and give them a dub. The students protesting the war in Gaza, the genocide in Gaza of the Palestinian civilian population that took their lumps from the lame ass Columbus PD, that took their lumps from the lame ass administration at Ohio State that sent the Columbus PD on them, and stood 10 toes down. So if there was ever a time where I would be rooting for Buckeyes, this was probably the only time I will ever.
Or something related to something like that.
So shout out to them for sure.
Crazy that all these protests are going on college campuses around there, but it gives me a little faith in the generation coming up. They're paying attention. Some of them are taking the right side, and a little faith, a little more faith.
The colleges absolutely fucking suck.
Yes, but the students themselves that are.
You want to hear something crazy?
What's up?
So the call of the protest was to divest from Israel, have the university divest from Israel. Do you know that it is illegal per the Ohio State legislature to divest from Israel?
It's illegal to divest from Israel?
So what it does is it prohibits the colleges from doing business with any company that doesn't support Israel openly. Right? And so,
but Israel specifically,
right? Specifically the state of Israel. And so, being that the university itself can't support others who don't support Israel, they themselves can't stop sending money to Israel, or it would be illegal.
That's crazy.
And that's not even a what is our damn governor's name?
DeWine.
DeWine. It's not even a DeWine thing. That happened with Kasich, fam.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. Why would there ever be a you must be loyal to a foreign power law in our state legislature?
I can see if it was multiple international countries and shit like that, because these colleges are international, but like,
and I promise you, I'm not blowing smoke out my butt. This is per Spectrum News last night. It is illegal to stop sending money to Israel if you are an American university and you support AIPAC or Israel or anything like that. That is absolute insanity. I am no longer accepting the talk of Jewish entities or Jewish lobbyists or Jewish business owners, be it that of like conglomerates, Universal, Disney, Facebook, Sony. Like, I am no longer ignoring the fact that there are a lot of Jewish people who support the state of Israel in places of power, in places of significance, that influence moves like this. It didn't happen by happenstance. It wasn't regular Jewish people in your community that you go shop with at the grocery store that made this happen. It was Jewish people of influence, people who could make things happen, people that have funds to pay lobbyists and pay politicians to push further towards this agenda, so that now it's illegal to criticize them. It's illegal to stop sending your money to them. It's illegal to protest them on college campuses. This is insanity. We don't live in Israel. We don't live in the Middle East. This is America.
I'll say a lot of people feel the same way. Now, obviously, the colleges don't have anything to do with it, but like funding Ukraine efforts and all that other shit too. Like any kind of funding of any kind of international dispute that we have nothing to do with is insane when we've got our own problems over here.
You are legislating loyalty of a foreign power because they call Israel our greatest ally. Well, not for the last 5 months.
They ain't my ally.
Not for the last 5 months. Well, in all honesty, let's say since 1948. But specifically for the last 5 months, they have been a terror.
Yeah.
Certainly haven't earned the role of number one ally.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is it for my dubs and L's. Talk to the people real fast while I go check on baby girl.
Got it. Change the camera though, real quick. Oh. Bro is doing double duty right now, being a father and a podcaster. Give it up for him in the chat right now. Connoisseur says, I'm late. What's good, Josh and Marcus? What up? My Falcons shocked the whole world during the first round. I actually like Michael Penix, but Penix. God, that Desmond Howard chant got me fucked up. It's not Penix, it's Penix. Michael Penix Jr. for my Falcons.
Oh, wait. I missed one. I have another dub.
Oh, apparently Marcus has got another dub. Is it because of Penix? Yeah. Okay. Is it for the Falcons?
No.
Let's say it shouldn't be for the Falcons. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the Falcons are doing. Like, who is your quarterback?
One more dub. Everybody, right now, if you follow Michael Penix on Instagram or TikTok, take a look at the TikTok that he made just after he got drafted with his shorty. And that is why he's getting the dub for me. I watched the NBA draft. I watched the NFL draft.
Standing back a little bit, I thought she was white.
Any draft.
She is black.
Nope. Close enough. Close enough, baby. We got a black woman at draft night with a top 10 pick, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She is black.
My boy is in there. Good job, Michael Penix.
That's crazy. What did Keon Coleman say that was so comedy?
Guess why I got this wrong though. I'm gonna tell you, gotta guess. You gonna be wrong though, but guess. Nah.
Misses.
They be on sale on the right, all the colors. Look, $79, $89. Nice little deal. You get the trench coat for like $100. Nice little. I'll take it up personally. I might go get some more colors. I need a blue one and another red.
True blue from the Bayou for sure.
Definitely from New Orleans.
True blue from the Bayou.
Get my coats in the summertime. You gotta shop a season or two.
I get
A
my
season
food
ahead, yeah. That's how we always used to shop.
That's a fact.
Because you get your winter clothes in the summer,
When it's
you
on
get
sale.
your summer clothes in the spring, and it's on sale. Yep, exactly.
That man sounded like he want a cold drink. All right.
That doesn't sound good.
No, that does not.
I'll be back.
MPJ definitely was the only one with a black woman. That's crazy when you think about it. It's very crazy. Considering, let's see, out of the top 10, there was 5? How many draft picks were black? NFL draft 2024. It was Caleb, Jaden Daniels, and there was Drake May, Marvin Harrison. Who was after that? Here we go. Joe All. Okay, so Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, J.C. Latham, Penix Jr., Rome. There were 7. Some of them didn't have girlfriends, though, I feel like. Olu Fashanu definitely had a white girl. His mom was boxing the ever-loving fuck out of his white girlfriend, making sure she didn't get no TV time and no close-up time with Olu at all, which was absolutely hilarious, but she deserved it. She was trying to get in there. She was trying to get in that camera. Y'all see Marcus's dog? That's Rocky. Say what up. All right. We are about to do Behind the Cape in just a second. Like I said, Marcus is doing double duty. Sup, William Moloch? What's going on with you? Let's see. There's some other things that I said I was going to say if I had the time to. There was another video. I can't find it. What's going on with chat? Who's still in chat right now? Is Gray still in chat? Speaking of which, Gray sent me a DM earlier with this edit that D Cecil did. I don't even know if D Cecil is in chat. Hilarious. Let me go ahead and retweet this real quick. If you're not following me on Twitter, what are you doing? It's JTG underscore ITSJAYTEEGEE underscore. So simple. Let me see if I can retweet this. I can't because he didn't tweet it. All right. If I get some retweets off of this during the live stream, I'm going to do something nice for y'all. I don't know what yet, though. I'm tweeting this right now. It's just going to be the video, but y'all gotta actually retweet it and like it. Boom, sent. Little experiment, see what we can do as far as engagement during this live stream while Homeboy's doing daddy daycare. All right, let's see. Marcus Dog is taking his place. Rocky is chill as fuck. Rocky could definitely get some takes off. Gray, leader, William Moloch underscores our rookie behavior. Funny story about that. I had my handle without the underscore, changed it at some point, and then decided to change it back. And there is some bot with no profile picture, no followers, nothing, right? No tweets, nothing. And they have my name now without the underscore. So then I tried reporting it and all this shit. Nothing ever happened. So then, boom, Elon buys Twitter. So I'm like, all right, cool. Elon's going to do something different for me, right? Because Twitter sucked before Elon, right? So then I'd go back, try to report it again, try to go through that whole process. Nothing happens. I'm telling you, bro, Twitter fucking sucks. Twitter's amazing, but Twitter sucks at the same fucking time. Shout out to William Moloch. You a real one. Already got a like and a retweet. What up? Doing big things over here. Yeah, no, that's the bullshit I got to deal with on Twitter. So I know underscores are rookie behavior, but it is what it is. IG sucks even more. Yeah, IG is kind of boring, honestly. I just find Instagram to be kind of boring. They're kind of late on a lot of the big things too. Like if Kendrick were to all of a sudden do the diss, right? We would immediately get all sorts of reactions on Twitter. But then you go on Instagram, you got to wait like a week for them to even catch up. It's bullshit. Anyway, yeah, so Rocky is officially my new co-host. I thought he was bringing over another special co-host, but I guess not. She needs a diaper change first. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Got you. So she's in wardrobe right now, but he might have another special guest join us. So we'll see. That doesn't sound too good.
Yes, it's going to be a second.
That's funny. Yeah, daddy daycare is taking a turn for the worse. That's funny. All right. You sure you want me to start? You know, I do want to say something. I don't know what your take was about it, but he's like, no, bro, I want to be part of this presentation. The Challengers movie with Zendaya. So we'll probably talk about how it was number one, because obviously there's no real other movies out there. But the poster, did anybody see the movie poster for Challengers? How it's CHALLE, and then under that they put NGERS. What is that supposed to say? Insanity. NGERS. You tell me what that's supposed to say. Because it looks to me like you're saying jaw inwards. Someone told me my underscore was basic. They sound wise, William. That's crazy. Yeah, no, the poster was insane. And then the fact that Zendaya is doing this whole movie about her being, is she a tennis player? She's a tennis player in a relationship with two guys at the same time. What are we doing? Two white guys at that. So nobody came out for Malcolm and Marie, but Challengers is supposed to be a big hit. For what? Why? Explain that to me now. That poster was a fake. The official account had to disavow it. Really? Really, Stamina? Stealing my thunder. I'm still going to post it. I'm still going to post it like it's real. How about that? But the movie. Talk about the movie, though. The fact that that's the plot. Like, what are we dealing with in this movie? Is that the movie? Let me see here. Let me see if I can get a plot synopsis on here. Challengers movie. Tashi, a tennis player turned coach, has transformed her husband from a mediocre player into a world-famous Grand Slam champion. To jolt him out of his recent losing streak, she makes him play a challenger event, close to the lowest level of tournament on the Pro Tour. Tensions soon run high when he finds himself standing across the net from the once promising, now burnt-out Patrick, his former best friend and Tashi's former boyfriend. So why does the trailer put so much emphasis on this whole like threesome relationship thing that they've got going on? Like, I would have never picked out any of this from everything that I've heard about this movie. Tells the story about three friends through approximately 14 years. Okay, so that's what they were 14 years ago. And then now he's a tennis champion. Fam, your marketing is all fucked up because I didn't get any of that from anything that I've seen in this movie. Challenger scores with $15 million in ticket sales. I don't know. It's not a movie I really give a shit about anyway, to be honest with you. Challengers was good. I enjoyed it. The marketing was a bit of a fake out, but I was happy with what I got in the end. I'm going to be honest with you. I would be too. Because if I thought that's what the movie was about, and it's really kind of actually a sports story at the end of it, and it actually kind of makes sense, all right, we got a little bit of a different movie here. What's the need for the fake out? You've got a good, solid story. Doesn't sound like it needed the threesome part in there at all. Like, bro, if you got a good, solid story, you don't need all the bullshit marketing and fake outs. You got a solid story. Tell a story. Sell me the story. Because otherwise, I'm just going to look at you like, this is some bullshit ass clickbait shit, and I don't know if I want anything to do with anything you're talking about right now. That's just me. Let's see here. What do we think about Kraven the Hunter being delayed to December 13th? Does that have anything to do with the several misses that Sony has had with some of these non-Spider-Man titles? I have to believe that it does. They're going to try to... They can't perfect it. The only way you can really perfect it is give me some sort of tie to Spider-Man. Make some sort of Spider-Man appearance, even if just brief, right? Like, you've had problems with Morbius. You've had problems with Madam Web. And it's because not only were they incredibly shit movies that didn't really make any sense, but then you also didn't do me the service of how this ties back to any actual Spider-Man lore, how this ties back to anything that I actually give a fuck about. So, like, are they doing this Kraven delay for that? Or is it just another delay because of bullshit that all superhero movies are going through lately? I just got distracted as fuck by this Megan Good picture. Sorry, y'all. Zendaya is a Disney princess. Having yet another one grow up on screen is bound to get the media notepads wrestling. They knew what the fuck they were doing, really. I'm just saying. Venom never missed. Venom did miss. Venom did miss. Sony needs to slam dunk Kraven into the garbage. I don't know. I don't know. If you can find a way to, first of all, make the movie just good on its own merit, and then find a way to tie it into something that me as a casual viewer can care about or know about, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be perfectly fine. That's the problem that they've been having, though, with Madam Web. Madam Web has nothing to do with nothing, and it's also a shit movie. Morbius is a shit movie, and it has Tyrese in it. It has nothing to do with nothing. So if we can just like fix your shit movies, have nothing to do with anything else, I think we'll be okay. Why it will take an additional 6 months, I think it was due sometime in 2024, summer 2024. So why it will take an additional 6 months to do so, I don't know. Maybe the script was actually ass, and so they did some reworks, and now they're filming with the reworks. Maybe they're doing it so that Spider-Man or somebody who means something to, the actual No Way Home and all of that. Maybe they're doing something to incorporate that. That's really the only thing I can think of. Because other than that, you're just delaying movies to delay movies. Spider-Man's presence wouldn't make any of those shit movies any better. That's why I'm saying they need to make the movies better themselves, right? Madam Web was just a shit movie on its own merit. So is Morbius. But if they can find a way to make the movie on its own merit good and tie it into something that a absolute casual fan, low-key me, would care about, then I think they can actually do real damage in the box office. So it's not just one thing, it's multiple. People would be angrier Peter Parker was in a trash title. And it doesn't even have to be Peter Parker specifically. I just think if somebody who came out for $1 billion No Way Home has some kind of awareness of something that's also in Kraven, I feel like they would feel better about knowing about what's kind of going on in Kraven. Whereas if they don't, then they don't really have any reason to go see. The casual fan would have no reason to go see Kraven. Like, I'm sure some of you in chatter will go see Kraven regardless. But as a casual fan, they probably want something to tie into it so that they can say, oh, I kind of know what's going on here. Right. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be Peter Parker himself. It just has to be some tie-in, I guess. Otherwise, what are we doing this Spider-Verse shit for anyway? I like the first Venom. That second one was a dub, but it made money. Yeah, I didn't like the second one. Both Venom, both Venom movies were doo-doo trash. Low key. That Vulture movie would have been a hit since they already established him as a villain. I agree. Reshoots need scheduling, etc. Even if the studio don't say so. Some internet sleuths will always find out and whistleblow. Kraven got moved to a date the studio thought they could also benefit from. We'll see, man. Kraven is one of the movies that I've kind of looked forward to a little bit. Like, I didn't really care about Madam Web. I didn't care about Morbius. I really didn't give a shit. Like, Kraven, I at least cared about a little bit more. But again, I would say I'm a casual, but I would say I'm also a little bit more than a casual because I do a podcast with a guy who is absolutely not a casual. So I don't know. I cared a little bit more about Kraven than I did any of the other Spider-Verse movies or whatever they want to call them. Huh? It got delayed. December 13th. December 13th.
2024?
2024.
When was it slated to come out before?
I believe sometime in the summer.
In the summer?
Yeah. So whether it was July or August, something like that. Kraven the Hunter. I believe it was supposed to come out in July, if I'm not mistaken. And then they also moved Karate Kid to May 2025.
So is that Karate Kid going to include Jaden Smith? I know a lot of people don't like the Jaden Smith movie, but I mean, they're going all the way back to get the dude from the original series, the dude that was in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with Jaden, though. I think Jaden's.
So you're going to bring back Jackie Chan, and he's going to be with, what's his name, Ralph Macchio?
Yep.
So just fuck the black kid I was training a minute ago. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wow. That's certainly a choice.
Yep. It's going to have Ralph Macchio, Jackie Chan, and also your girl, Ming-Na Wen.
I don't know what she has to do with Karate Kid, but okay.
Well, apparently she's going to be in that new Karate Kid movie. But then also, transition Nice little smooth little transition into the next topic.
Into Main Young Win.
Yeah. Into what she said about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. absolutely should be getting more credit than it does to this date. It was the first official Marvel Cinematic Universe television show. Like the first. Oh, this is childish. Why did Chris Brown buy out Quavo's concert tickets?
See, we talked about that, but you was kind of gone.
I apologize, y'all. Yeah, I was a little late. I apologize for my lateness. Yeah, no. She was just basically saying that, you know, we were basically the first television show. We introduced Marvel into television. You would think you'd get a little bit more accolades for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that to me, that's kind of typical of the outfit, but you know, I won't belay that point too much. But yes, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. definitely should get a lot more credit than it currently does in terms of helping launch the MCU.
For sure. I don't know how I got into this, but apparently Will and Jada are producing the new Karate Kid movie too. But I mean, it has nothing to do with Jaden Smith.
They're producing it, and Jaden's not going to be in it. I'm so confused.
Yeah, because I guess it was they've been working on this since 2010. I guess.
I think he's going to show up. I think it's just going to be like a real big cameo.
Maybe a cameo. It
really doesn't make sense to have Jackie Chan there if the other kid isn't there in some way, shape, or form.
But also,
like, where the fuck did you come from, Jackie Chan?
But also,
oh yeah, I trained that one kid a long time ago. What one kid?
But also, Jaden is an adult now,
and Jackie Chan is 10 to 15 years older than he was when he shot the last Karate Kid.
Yes, but Jackie Chan was already playing somebody who was older than he was.
No,
now
the point is that it was like 15 years ago. It was very obviously a while ago. It doesn't make sense for the kid to still be a kid anyways.
Sure.
So that doesn't mean anything. He could be an adult.
But when it really doesn't
make sense for Jackie Chan to be there if Jaden's not even going to make a cameo.
But when they were originally setting it up, it was 15 years ago, and so it would have made sense for Jaden to be a part of it. Now you're going to have to recast that kid at the very least.
Don't think whatever concept was decided on 15 years ago is the concept that we're seeing today. If it is, holy shit, buckle in.
Well, because I don't think Ralph Macchio was a plan 15 years ago.
Maybe not. Who knows?
That'd be interesting.
What if Jaden becomes some famous martial artist and Jackie Chan doesn't like him being all Hollywood, and so he goes back and he finds Ralph Macchio, who's been competing with the Cobra Kai thing? That's the real question. Are they going to loop in the Cobra Kai series into that too, or are we going to see cameos from that?
A really good question.
I feel like Ralph Macchio's in it, so I would hope.
I feel like they said it was.
That would make sense,
but I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just mentions Cobra Kai being a thing. The television started as a direct sequel.
William Moloch says Jaden is British now. And his stamina says we don't claim him. Hey, that's funny as hell. Honestly, like, I get it. It wasn't the most popular Karate Kid. I think the only one that was worse was Hilary Swank's Karate Kid. That one didn't make a whole lot of sense. But even at that, if you're going to have Jackie Chan in there, Jackie Chan is only relevant to this series because he was training Jaden's character. So, like, if it's not even mentioned, it's going to come off as a little cheap to me. Sure. But then again, if Will and Jada are producing this film and it ended up that way, I can only imagine that's the way that they wanted it. So,
I want to be fair and say that I saw that on Wikipedia. So, I don't know how true that is. I am sourcing Wikipedia.
That's your sources better.
But I'm telling you that I sourced it from Wikipedia. So, like, better. They know.
Try not to disappoint me more.
I'm not disappointing.
I said, try not to disappoint me more.
Oh, whatever. The movie you were talking about, was it last week or the week before? In a Violent Nature.
This maybe 2 weeks ago.
Has the teaser out. Care to take a look at it?
Let's see.
In a violent. There we go.
This is the serial killer thing, right? From his perspective.
Correct.
The movie from the serial killer's perspective.
Correct.
What do serial killers do like when everyone else sleeps?
Well, this is very interesting so far. Amazing kills. Kill of the
What
year.
the fuck is hilariously brutal? I have never put those two words together in my life.
Hilariously brutal is how I would describe Chris Brown's diss track against Quavo.
Or the alleged Diddy and Meek audio.
Let's not go there. Yo. All right. Anyway. I don't even want to talk about in a violent nature now that you've done that.
That was certainly a violent nature.
This conversation has gone somewhere that it didn't need to go.
No, man, I'm excited for this movie. It's an interesting concept. Is it a specific killer in mind that they have, or is just we probably won't know until the movie?
I think this is some new kid on the block. At least it seems that way.
Sign me up.
It's not a part of the Twisted Childhood universe.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. Blink Twice. Zoe Kravitz.
Oh yeah, that's. Do you have the trailer in front of you?
I don't, but I have.
Pull up Twitter and go to the bookmarks. It should be in there. Let's take a look at that. Zoe Kravitz, everyone. We'll surely put this in the video for the replay watchers, which all of us in here should be anyways. Let's maximize those views, people.
Oh, bookmarks. Jesus. Bookmarks.
Yeah, let's watch that beauty.
Michael Penix.
Zoe Kravitz.
Amanda Seales. Jalen Ramsey. Ice Cube. Quentin Tarantino, who we'll talk about later. Here it is. Is that Channing?
That is Channing Tatum. Zoe Kravitz getting her first chance, her directorial debut behind the camera. Really gets a chance to put her voice out there, tell people what she wants to create content
I
about.
feel like this is a little early for her to be getting her directorial debut.
Well, when you're a Nepo, baby.
Do you guys want to come?
He's not a stranger. He's Slater King.
Okay. I'm gonna
No. Watch it. Finish it.
This is
Finish it. Don't say a word. Just watch. Just know she took a lot of time in figuring this out and what she really wanted to portray. Yeah, no,
her family lived this.
This is what she wanted to show.
Oh God, no.
You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do.
And they got Haley Joel Osment, little kid from The Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm. Grown man now, definitely not a kid anymore. Fam, oh man, the black eye thing. Oh man.
There's something. This place.
Oh my God.
Where's Jess? My friend. I was in comics.
Can I at least tell chat that
No, we're gonna talk about it. We only got a little bit left.
Like forgetting like a lot of stuff.
the setting for this is insane?
We know what's really going on. That's why I said I'm in danger.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, man. If Zoe Kravitz come up missing, just know it's about this damn movie.
Okay,
Just know it's about this
so
damn movie, boy.
Channing Tatum's character plays somebody like a certain person that we've seen in the news quite a bit within the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Sans a certain specific partner.
Mm-hmm.
But then along with multiple, I'll say rich people, they didn't really seem like celebrities, but very
We don't know until the
uber.
movie starts.
True.
We know dude is a celebrity, so we could assume that some of them people are famous.
But at the very least, uber rich people.
Mm-hmm.
All get on a plane and go to an island that's
In the middle of nowhere.
all that needs to be
And then
said.
people are randomly showing up with black eyes after long nights out where
and
no one else
doing
saw them.
nefarious things while supposedly on drugs.
Oh my god! See, like, there's a couple of different ways we can go with this. Is she a truth teller, like Amanda Seales,
or is she fictionalizing?
Thank you,
Epstein Island.
Yeah, that's the way I took it. And then to drive it all home, you just had to make this black girl be the only black woman on this island with all these white folks chasing after this white man. Like, people really just kind of pour their hearts into their art. They pour themselves into their art. They surely do. I don't know if it's going to be a good movie or not. I don't know. It's giving me Ready or Not vibes. It's giving me what was that movie? Damn. Kind of purgy a little bit, but definitely
bit.
Ready or Not.
Yeah.
I could definitely see this going well. Just depending on how she handles the social commentary. Does she treat this as if we're stupid? Are you going to try and make a parody out of Bohemian Grove and Epstein Island and all of that other shit? Sacrificial beatings and those black eyes. That means that you've crossed over into a certain group and shit. Are you going to make fun of that stuff? Is it going to be like a ha? This is what poor people think about rich people. Or are you going to give us an honest look into probably some stuff that you've heard or seen or maybe
witnessed firsthand?
I've got a little bit of trepidation, but I'm going to keep an open mind.
You want to go see it? You want to support the Epstein movie?
If I'm not mistaken, oh girl, the lead, she was Roxanne in an A24 film. The yo Roxanne, the New York
remember
girl.
that, but I can't.
So
I wouldn't have placed her.
Out of support for her, yeah, I'll probably maybe this will be a date night.
Okay, but
again, I have trepidation. Remember, this is the same girl who sat around and made all those fucking. Oh my god! Did someone just get smacked? Is that what we do? But regularly sits next to pedophiles at every award show that she goes to and says nothing.
Yeah.
So again, I'm very concerned on how we handled the social commentary.
Yikes! Oh, William Moloch said, "Is Zoe Kravitz the one that was trying to get with 14-year-old Jaden Smith?"
Yes.
That also
the irony, fam,
brings a little something to this situation.
The irony of making this movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Crazy. Chillmonger says kids who grew up in Hollywood have interesting stories to tell.
They do, but it's all about the perspective in which they tell them.
Yes.
If Zoe Kravitz experienced some of these things that she's getting ready to make a movie about, how does she feel about them? How did it form her? And what story does she want to tell around them? Does she want to persuade people that it's not as bad as it seems? It's not
how you interpret it, that a lot of this shit is made up and silly? Or is she trying to call attention to something?
You don't know.
Let's see.
We'll have to see the context of it.
Let's see.
Finally, Grace says, I saw that trailer. You're not supposed to be dropping something that recent in the news at least 10 years before you do a satire like this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it feels too early to be satire, but I just don't believe the person to handle it responsibly.
Sure.
So it's like satire or bust, you know?
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's see. Blink Twice, Agent May. You want to talk about the Quentin Tarantino character super movie?
Sure.
That may
the
include
Tarantino Avengers.
Yeah.
All of their superpowers is that they're white boys that can say nigger.
Yeah. Most of them being Quentin Tarantino.
And their sidekicks are their black wives.
Yep.
Tarantino.
How do you get guys from like Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction with Django Unchained?
Is it a hot take to say that I don't want to see some of those characters revisited? Like, if I never see Reservoir Dogs again, I think it'll be too soon.
Sure.
Like, I am just not amped to see a all-white cast say nigga as many times as they possibly can in 2.5 hours.
I just don't get how you get the Django Unchained with some of these
like
current
Django
day
is going
characters.
to kill every character that's not Sam Jackson in your universe. That's not Sam Jackson or Beatrix Kiddo.
Yeah.
Everybody else is dead, fam. Maybe the black chicks from Death Proof, the Rosario Dawson and then the other chick with the curly hair, black chick. Maybe them. Maybe they survive. Everybody else is like a violent racist. Remember the scene in Pulp Fiction? What if my wife comes home and sees that I have a dead nigger in my garage? Do I? No. Don't give me that, Jimmy. I didn't wake up this morning to have a dead nigger in my garage. I wanted to drink my coffee, have a nice Saturday afternoon. But you probably bring a dead nigger to my garage. A dead nigger. Do I have dead written on my forehead? Huh? Sam Jackson? Can I say again? Sam Jackson? Huh?
Yikes.
I swear sometimes he makes these movies for no other reason than I get to say nigga again.
Yes, absolutely.
And then Django's like, we a little bit too far into this new century for me to be saying nigga. So I'm going to just write it over and over and over and over and over and over and hide behind historical relevancy.
And make a movie about slavery.
Why not? I have a black wife.
And
why can't I do things like that?
And let Leo say it.
Let Leo say it. Let homeboy from MacGyver say it. Let MacGyver say
it. Yeah.
Not a here he don't. He don't ride no nag around here.
Yeah, I just don't understand how some of these people work together in a movie. How does that even?
No, I mean, so he would have to kind of boil it down. Yeah, I don't see where Pulp Fiction and Death Proof line into each other.
Or the Hateful
They're
Eight.
literally in two different time eras. Yeah. How does Hateful Eight and Kill Bill line up together? Like the I guess the Tarantino Avengers film, multiverse film sounds good in theory because there are a lot of Easter eggs that connect the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But
literally, how does it make sense in one movie?
I just don't know how it all comes together in one movie. And just to be quite frank, there are movies that I just don't want to revisit from Tarantino.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
I can definitely do without Jackie Brown. I can definitely do without Reservoir Dogs. I don't need those movies in my life ever again.
Fair enough. Okay, let's see. Guy Ritchie's live action Hercules. You seemed excited about that.
Say it again.
Live action Hercules film.
Hell yeah, Guy Ritchie. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that.
Seems like it would make sense.
Very into very bright colors. You know what I mean? There probably won't be any black people in it. The what's it call it? The ladies on the vase. Expect them. Expect it. I'm calling it now. I'm calling my shot. Wait. Hold on. Wait. This is Guy Ritchie, right? He had that movie about the campers last year. Got all the Oscar buzz. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I want to make sure I'm talking about the same director. I don't want to slander him.
I'm using Wikipedia.
Take a pic. Yeah, let me see. Let me take a peek.
You said last year?
Yeah, let me see his filmography. Ministry of Gray.
So what's going on?
She's the Covenant. Wrath of Man.
The last one will probably have been.
No. Wrong guy.
And that's it, I think.
Wait, hold on. Sherlock Holmes, no. Uncle, no. King Arthur, no. Aladdin had Will Smith, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, no. Wrath of Man, maybe. I didn't see that movie all the way through. So it wasn't for him. The critique of not putting black people in his film wasn't for him specifically, but it definitely applies. It did wholeheartedly applies. That's interesting. No, I'm excited about the live action remake for Hercules. That's one of the ones that I've been sitting around waiting for somebody to suggest. Like, yes, please. You know what I mean? Like, I would easily go watch another Hercules movie. Little bit of trepidation because the live action remakes have not been going well for Disney lately. However, Hercules is pretty easy to me. It's a very short, simple story. Very, very uncomplicated. No reason to retcon or change or overcomplicate at all in any respect. And as long as we have the same songs and we singing through a third of that movie, we should be good to go. Kill Cerberus, kill some other villains or whatever, have a conversation with Zeus, fuck up Hades, end of movie.
It seems simple enough.
Fuck up Hades, save Meg, end of movie. Cast Danny DeVito in that role.
Oh,
he can do it.
He can still do it.
He can definitely do it.
Virtually the same
as
he
Phil.
did.
Yeah, as Phil. Yeah. Cast him as Phil. Do it.
They should have Mama Clump show up in Hercules.
I think Meg should be played
funny.
by Aubrey Plaza.
That's hilarious. Hercules.
Yeah.
That's
no,
funny.
Meg should be played by Aubrey Plaza. Hercules should be Henry Cavill.
Gross.
Cavill.
I'm not that huge of a fan of Cavill. He was great at Superman, but
or newly minted, just got into Superman shape, Mr. Corn Sweat. See if you can get him to split time as Hercules.
Corn Sweat.
I can definitely see that.
Sure.
I can see him as Hercules.
Corn Sweat is kind of looking like Cavill in some of the pictures that
right?
I've seen.
He's getting these juiced.
Yeah.
Who else? That's about it for me, I guess.
The guy who played
Alan
Hercules
Richardson?
in the latest Thor movie.
Could who?
The guy who played Hercules in the Thor movie.
I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see anything that has to do with that again.
William Moloch said about the black Quentin Tarantino saying nigger.
Mm.
He said they black friend is going to be Chris Rock, so they can say it whenever they want.
They can say it whenever they want to.
It's funny. All right. I think this is yes. No. I say the best for last. Russo brothers salty about the rumor of Robert Downey Jr. coming back.
They did seem that they were bent out of shape. What was the quote? They said, we've already closed that door, so it would be on them to figure. Basically, what I took from it is we're not going to write it. We're not going to fix it for you. We did what we wanted to do with the character. If you want to undo it, you figure out how to undo it, is what I took from it.
Yeah.
But the kind of snarkiness of the statement may let me to believe that it may be cooked for Russo brothers coming back to the MCU anytime soon. If they're not already being seriously considered for Secret Wars, what would they be considered for?
They said, I don't know how they would do it. I don't know what the road to that would be. I mean, we closed that book, so it would be up to them to figure out how to reopen it.
Sounds like either fuck off or leave it alone. Or both. Fuck off and leave it alone.
Which, I mean, that's what you hired them for, so...
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of retconning deaths. If he comes back, I think it should be a variant. I think it should be a different version. I think 616 Tony should remain dead. But I'm here for more Robert Downey Jr., regardless of what the Russo brothers say.
Agreed. All right. Chillmonger has brought it to my attention that Wonder Man has finished filming.
Ew.
So all this time we thought, oh, maybe they forgot about Wonder Man and now it's nothing. Well, they kept filming.
Ew.
And so Yaya's Wonder Man is absolutely a thing.
Okay, well, I fully expect this to
be it will be, I don't know how much of a stain, but it will be a slowing down point. I think his roles in terms of what he was getting in Hollywood had already started to level off a bit. I think this will be a detriment, if I'm just being honest. I don't think this is going to help him in the long run. It'll be one of them things that he would rather not have people remember in his discography. I don't see this going anywhere, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see this going anywhere. Simon Williams as a white guy was going to be a hard sell.
Right.
If they gave it to you exactly how he was in the comic books, this was going to be a hard sell regardless. They picked a prominent, well-known black actor, blackface, to try to draw in audiences to what I'm sure is going to be more subpar writing. I don't know why I would expect anything different at this point.
Sure.
With a story that has been nurtured to fit a black guy.
Yeah.
I just don't think we're going to get anything from this that even remotely resembles the representation that we want from it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that it's going to be nearly as successful in drawing in new audiences. I think this is going to go for the same pile of general audience fans that they try to attract every single time that they don't get because the show's not popular. It's the same people that they were trying to catch when they put Meg the Stallion and She-Hulk. That's who they're going after with
Facts.
Wonder Man.
Facts.
Low information, don't really know much about the character in general, so they
Mm-hmm.
have no expectations, and they're going to go the way the wind blows. Only the wind is not going to go your way because this shit's going to suck. It's just going to suck.
So then my question would be, is there a possibility where, well, if it just wrapped filming, they're probably still going to put it out. I was going to say, is there a possibility where even though they filmed it, they're just going to be like, because they've done that before, where they filmed something and then didn't put it out.
If they were going to can it, then we wouldn't be hearing about it.
That's what I'm saying.
We
Like,
wouldn't
we wouldn't hear about it
date.
just now.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a release date.
So
They're
yeah,
not canning it.
I don't know.
Nope, it's made, it's shot. They are going to try and recoup something out of it. So look forward to Wonder Man to be on your next Avengers team.
No, thank you.
It's coming.
The Avengers team was already
It is
shit.
coming.
The Avengers team of Sam Wilson, Shuri, Shang-Chi, and then Miss Marvel.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because I think there's going to be multiple teams.
She-Hulk.
I think you're going to have something like a Dark Avengers, New Avengers, and then an OG Avengers team is what it's going to end up being eventually. I think you are going to have multiple Avengers teams because they're setting up all this auxiliary stuff. You got Young Avengers, you got Thunderbolts, which I'm sure is going to turn into the Dark Avengers because they're not going to do both of those stories. It's redundant. Probably the reason for the asterisks.
Yeah.
And then, you've got this new Avengers team, which will be with Sam and Shang-Chi and Shuri and Captain Marvel or whatever. And then I'm sure the OG series is going to play a role in Secret Wars. Right? Do we get a T'Challa sighting? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know what's going on with Black Panther right now. But in terms of Avengers, I think they're going to go the route of having multiple teams.
Sure. Gray summed it up and said that it looked like an SNL sketch, which some of the pictures that I saw did absolutely look like an SNL sketch. The Wonder Man shit.
Yikes.
Chatter with Wesley back as Blade in the multiverse. I didn't hear that chatter.
Yeah, I did. I saw that. There was Daniel RPK.
Interesting.
It's
sure.
Probably going to be Deadpool. I think that the timing is weird.
Right? Because Deadpool will probably just be a quick cameo.
Yeah, unless he's going to show up in Blade. But as who?
As Blade. Multiverse Blade. Variant Blade.
Multiverse Blade shows up to 616 Blade in the Blade movie.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Let Wesley Snipes show up in the Blade movie with Mahershala Ali.
That'd be crazy.
But see, they don't have that. They don't have that in them to do that. It's two black alpha male characters on the same screen. They're not going to allow that to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen because they've already made the concession that they're just going to make a movie of Blade just killing vampires, and that's basically it.
And it's probably not going to include the multiverse. Imagine having an entire phase about the multiverse, but having so many movies that don't touch on the multiverse at all. We have a crumbling timeline. We got Nexus events happening. We have incursions, and yet none of this shit seems to pop up in other stuff. We're not dealing with nothing multiversal in Secret Invasion, nothing multiversal in Hawkeye or fucking Miss Marvel or Moon Knight. Literally nothing. I mean, all this stuff is happening, but nothing's happening.
Absolutely nothing except No Way Home.
Except for No Way Home. It's the only one. And,
not in Black Panther.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, and Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. That's kind of crazy. Any other thoughts? Do you have any thoughts on the Challengers poster that apparently was fake?
Oh, the NGRERS.
I think
that's was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I think Stamina or somebody told me it was fake.
I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't understand why Zendaya needed this role. To be honest with you, what I've seen from the reactions and from the trailer, it just seems like she's playing a hoe.
You know, we talked about that.
I don't know.
That the marketing does it no justice because I read the synopsis and it says nothing about that. It says that basically she is like a tennis coach or something along those lines of her boyfriend. And now he's about to go into some final championship match against a guy who used to be her boyfriend. That was basically the synopsis.
Not nearly as promiscuous as the way that
they
put that in the like literally you got her looking up at both of them in between them and shit like they about to have a threesome. Yo, it shit had me way off in left field.
I
don't know who put the trailer together on this one, but god damn, that was misleading
as fuck.
But they are asking people to sit down for a 2.5 hour movie about tennis. So,
sure, but then don't make all of your marketing about that.
Yeah, again, they made her seem really slutty, and I don't know why, but it just felt really dirty for Zendaya. I was like, I don't know if I want you doing this.
I feel like you could have made it a lot more about just the competition,
yeah,
and then how they're competing for her
plays into affection. It well.
Yeah. There's a way better metaphorical way that you could have gone about that, but
666.
Yikes. All right. Anything else we need to talk about before we ditch the live stream? Before we gotta say goodbye to the squad homies.
Let's see.
Gray says, I just keep picturing how that pitch went down. Yeah. So is T'Challa or Blue Marvel available? Marvel. No, but get this. Lesser tier white role of Wonder Man.
Literally, like
yeah says, oh my gosh, I'll take it.
A B-list white comic book character is what they gave that man. Oh. This is probably something that I should have talked about in my dubs and nails, and we didn't get to it. But there is an actor that we all know and love and have known and loved all the way up until his passing day. He was on a classic sitcom that lasted, I think, like 6-7 years in the 90s with one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, one Will Smith. I think this is one of those things. It's kind of like a Mandela effect thing where like we all just kind of like come to the same conclusion, or a rumor spreads and we all just accept it as fact. We don't check it. And then we come to find out years later, Sinbad isn't dead. He didn't play in a movie called Shazam.
Sure.
Jif peanut butter is called Jif, not Jiffy. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. So raise your hand in the chat if you had heard that James Avery was a gay man. Uncle Phil. Raise your hand if you heard.
I've heard
that Uncle
things.
Phil was a gay man.
Never believed it.
He cap.
Never lost.
Cap.
Never believed it.
Cap. Don't stop the cap.
Never believed
stop the cap. Anyways,
but I've heard such things.
So I was like, 3 days ago, years old, when I found out that James Avery was married for 25 years, was married when he passed, had a wife. Now, again, being gay doesn't preclude you from having a wife, especially in a time when it's not socially acceptable. I feel like, though, if everybody was on the same page with him being gay, like to the degree that I thought it was, I didn't know James Avery had a wife. I thought James Avery was gay. That's how sure I was that he was gay. That the fact of him having a wife hurts my brain. It would have been like, yeah, Elton John's married to a woman too. Because that's how gay James Avery was to me in my mind.
Crazy. Where is Stamina with the Marcus is broken? Dang it. Oh, well. Whatever.
Like, for real. Somebody just said this about this man. And it just word is bond. Stuck.
Unplug Marcus. He's broken. He's broken.
I'm telling you. Like, what is happening? My entire life is a lie.
Apparently, he played a gay man in Grey's Anatomy.
He did play a gay. I remember that episode.
Yep.
He's an actor.
That's the
Will Smith played a gay. Well,
that's
I
the
don't think
Mandela
that's
effect.
the best.
That's not.
I don't think that's the
That's
best
not
example
at all.
It's not the best example.
That's the Mandela effect playing against you right now. You remember him playing a gay man in one episode, and that became your entire persona.
No. The Uncle Phil's gay thing started well before he showed up on Grey's Anatomy.
The only thing I remember is I've heard rumors that him and Carl Winslow were together. I'm just like, that's not a thing.
That is akin to Michael Jackson bleached his skin. Michael Jackson had vitiligo. And that shit happened progressively over years. The first time I saw a picture of Michael Jackson progressively, like his skin progressively changing, bro, I was grown as hell. I was like 25 years old. I had never seen a picture of Michael Jackson looking like Winnie Harlow. But they're there. They exist. Niggas act like he was brown-skinned Michael, then he was yellow Michael, then he was white Michael. And that's all he ever was. Like, there was never
one between. Whole color every time.
Yeah, like he just shade. No. But that's how I viewed it as well, because I never knew anything different. Sure. My life is a lie.
I don't know how MJ turned into OJ, but apparently there's going to be a movie that depicts OJ Simpson as innocent of murder that comes out later this year.
We talked about that.
Do we?
I think we talked about that. Yeah, the Goldman family was trying to fight it.
Well, we might have talked about it, but Owen Wilson apparently was offered the role and said, if you think I'm going to take the lead role in a movie about how OJ didn't do it, you've got to be kidding me.
Hey, listen, man. These actors will play rapists. They will play murderers. They will play dictators. They will play leaders of genocide.
All around evil people.
The most evil, bottom of the barrel character ever. But be involved in a movie that says OJ Simpson was not convicted of Nicole Brown's murder and Ron, what was the other guy's name?
Ron Goldman.
Ron Goldman's murder. Lord have mercy, I would never. White America would string me up. They would, and maybe that's where he's coming from. Maybe it's not I couldn't do it, or I couldn't play the role, or I couldn't act in it. But literally, white America would string me up the day I accept that role.
That's so crazy.
I am just interested to see what's going to happen at these movie theaters when that movie comes out.
Sure.
Like, damn. So I wonder if they'd have the same type of energy for, I don't know, perhaps a movie about George Zimmerman that didn't paint him as expressly guilty.
No, somebody's still doing that movie.
No, they'll fuck with it. They'll fund it.
These hills that
get
they
all
die
the conservative buddies together and they'll crowdfund so the movie can get made. Like they crowdfunded for Trump to just take their fucking money.
These hills that they die on are insane.
Dog. I don't even know what to say to a Trump supporter at this point.
Yikes.
I don't know what to say to a Biden supporter either. Be honest with you.
No, for sure.
I don't know what to say to either one of you niggas.
Facts. Any other thoughts or anything like that before we let chat go and enjoy the rest of their Sunday?
I think that's it, man. I appreciate everybody showing up.
Our numbers are trickling up a little bit every week. Every week, I think we peaked at about 25 today. So I appreciate y'all. Everybody hit a like before we get out of here today. Tell somebody, tell a friend, tell them about your favorite show on Sunday afternoons. We streaming live for y'all and all your family and friends. Get on in here. Let's get this thing going up. Replay watchers, tell us about your dubs and L's. Tell us how you liked ours. You also like, share, and subscribe. Invite some friends. Get some more people here. We trying to grow the live on Sunday. So
make sure you like for Marcus's dog halfway through the live stream.
Yeah. And the poop explosion. Vote for the poop explosion.
We didn't see that and had no idea that happened.
Oh, I went through it though.
Anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all. So keep up with the support.
Peace.
Cornell West 2024 from Chill Monkey.
Yes, sir.